What is up, TikTok land or YouTube, wherever you're hailing from? My name is Jen. I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach all things law of assumption. I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption to work in your favor. I already know that's good for you, so go ahead and click that follow button. Also, in case you are new here, I manifested my ISP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of only 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the freaking same, okay? Lisa, by the way, bitch, I will be responding to your message right after this, I promise. Hey, Erica. So I'm going to be responding to all your messages after this because we're going to talk about the drama that's been going on. Hey, Aya. Love you too, girl. Okay, so because I'm very transparent with you guys and I don't like shit that I don't like and I got a lot to say, and so this is my platform, so I'll talk about whatever I want to talk about. Okay, so if you are interested, hey Annie, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching with me, I do offer one-on-one coaching where it is a superpower of mine to listen to you guys talk, find out exactly what the problem is, and then create a plan so that you can get your shit right. Okay, and get your SP like conforming, today, because enough time has been fucking wasted. Okay, we'll talk about that, Brahma. Also, if you want tech support coaching, I offer that. We also have a free WhatsApp community where we're here to support each other because you're all on the same journey. So go ahead and join that as well. Okay. Also, I go live here every day on TikTok at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even worry about it because I got your back. It's always posted in my YouTube channel. So, hey doodles. So you can go ahead and while you're there, subscribe. Hey Shar. Okay, subscribe. Okay, go ahead. And watch my lives because some of them are long as fuck. And well, they're all long, let's be honest. And so you guys can go ahead and mute the volume. I don't really give a crap, but help me get my watch hours up. I appreciate the support, always. Okay, so, hey, Miss Willow, let's talk, okay, about something because the one thing it made me really, really sad, to be quite honest, okay? Because when I take people, if you will, under my wing, right, and try and help them, and then to see them try to slander my name, I don't fucking think so. Perhaps we haven't met. Did you forget the part where I'm petty as fuck? But I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with somebody who's young, okay? Hey, Bevy. So we're not going to do all that, okay? But what I am here to talk about is the drama that has been transpiring where somebody's been trying to smear my name. Hey, Michael. And so first of all, in the WhatsApp community, if you were ever approached by anybody other than myself, which I don't approach any of you guys in the WhatsApp community because that's fucking tacky unless I want to say hello, okay? But if you were approached by somebody in my community that was offering you guys one-on-one coaching, or if you're continuously being approached even now about offering coaching with them, please do not take it, okay? Please do not take it, okay? Yeah, Mike asked a question because here's my thing. This is why I teach what I teach, okay? Is because I would never teach on how to manifest an SP if I have not done it myself. I think that's phony. I think that's fraudulent, to be quite honest. I don't do that. That's not ethical for me. And I don't want you guys to buy into that nonsense, okay? This is part of the problem in the manifestation community is people are trying to teach on something they're not qualified to teach on, okay? So it's like, that's as stupid as me being like, let me teach you how to make $1 million, even though I have never made $1 million. That's fucking stupid. Like, who does that, And so because of that, that doesn't sit right with me. So if that ever happened to you, I apologize on the behalf of me and my people, okay? Because it is crazy, and unfortunately that's what happened. Hey, Glitter Sparkles, bitch. Unfortunately, that's what happened. It was brought to my attention yesterday. So I really want you to understand that I want you to come to me. Like, you should know that if you have any problems, if you feel some type of way, always come to me. That's what I'm here for, right? I listen to you guys, okay? So this was brought to my attention yesterday. I thought I handled it. And then some voice notes were being sent to people, which is ridiculous, okay? That was my voice note. I don't have to sugarcoat shit. If you're out of line, I'll tell you you're out of line. If you need to get a grip, I'll tell you need to get a grip. Like, hello, have we met? You know what I mean? Like, have we met? If you're a fucking hot mess, I'm gonna tell you you're a hot ass mess. Like it doesn't, I don't need to do that, you know? And so because of that, if you did receive a message, voice recording, that was my voice, that message was taken completely out of context and was spun for somebody else's gain, okay? Hey pumpkins, it was not, it was only about 1/10 of the actual conversation that took place, okay? They chose to cherry pick fucking shit out, which is fucking stupid. Like, you know? So, oh, pumpkins, I want to know, bitch, shoot that shit back to the top. So I wanted to address it, okay? Because it's not me, and I'm never going to let somebody try and attack my character or who the fuck I am. I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need anybody to try and attack my character or my ethics in any sense of that word, because I could easily pull receipts myself, because that's the pettiness in me. But I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it, okay? Because I have a life, and I'm an adult. Okay, like I keep telling you guys to act like adults. Like, what the fuck do I look like? I act like a damn child. Like, I don't need to do that shit. I don't need to do that, because it doesn't benefit me, and I have other things to do. Okay, this already took up a fair amount of my fucking time when I could have been responding to your asses by text. You know, so I felt bad. I was going through some stuff with my mom yesterday, health-wise, which don't worry, because I'm revising her story. So I'm not worried about it, but I was dealing with that, then I'm dealing with this shit, and I was like, you know, I have other things to fucking do, like, you know, help people instead of deal with fucking drama like a child. And so we're over that shit, and we're moving forward, okay? We're moving forward, but I never want you guys thinking that I am anything other than, you know, my fucking self, okay? Like, I literally have no problem telling you how I feel about shit, so let's ignore all that, okay? And of course, always know that you can come to me about anything that you ever have a problem with, any concern that you have, any of that. I did not give anybody, I never gave anybody the green light to, what? That's fucking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, go ahead. Go into my community and start poaching people for coaching clients. Like, what? What? No, it was a comment that was made regarding a specific member, but that's because, again, that message was taken completely out of context, and that message was in response to a message before that. And I don't need to send that message, because for what? Like, for what? Let's grow up. You know, I don't need to do that. But don't worry, I always keep receipts. There's that. Okay. I love you, Ingrid. You should have got my email too, bitch. Okay, let's see here. Let's see if we saw it. Let's see. Let's go back up. Michael, let's see what you say. But I use problems as a twist, as in what fun problems would I talk about if I was already with my SP? Yeah, I would need you to reword that, okay, to understand a little bit more of what you're talking about, Michael, when you say you use problems as a twist. As in what fun problems will we have. See, that's the thing, is you can say like what fun things, but you're referring to problems are problems, okay? So even if you put a twist, if you're still identifying a problem as a problem, that's a problem, you know? And so we don't want to do that. So it's a wordsmithing game. So like if you have a problem with your SP, then you can twist it to be like, no, we're great. Like literally, that's all you need to tell yourself is we're great. Everything's fine. She's the perfect girlfriend. We have the best relationship, period. Okay, and persisting in that story instead of focusing on problem, right? Because if you're in problem state, you tend to attract more problems, even if you're twisting the problem. Instead, view it as not a problem. Okay, she's so sweet. Look at her. Look at her. She's so nice. We're perfect. We are perfect. Okay, I don't argue. I don't have to argue with my boyfriend. I don't have to argue with anybody. Why? Because in here, he's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. And therefore we do. Therefore we do. Every day my boyfriend talks about our future together. Like long term, you know, all of that stuff every single day. Do I need to initiate that? Do I ever need to talk about our future? No, I don't. Because in here, he's in love with me. He wants to marry me. So I don't need to talk about our future because that's an assumption I'm creating. So as you can see, there's movement towards that, right? There's movement towards marriage. So by him talking about our future constantly. He talked about it today. He talked about it yesterday. He talked about it the day before. Like, everything is always our future together, basically. Like, because he'll talk long-term wise. He'll talk like 20 years from now, 40 years from now, that type of stuff. So that's what you have to do, okay? You have to remember that everything is done here, okay? Now, Brahma, let's talk to you. I had the whole just decide once or just be. Okay, yeah. So a lot of people say that shit, okay? Okay, so a lot of people talk about that, okay? Where they'll say oh, darling, Nikki, I need to read your message, bitch. I saw some shit come across and I can only see the first 5 words. I was like, what's this girl have to say? Probably going to get some kind of bitch mode response back, but that's okay. That's how we keep on track. That's how we keep on track. So living in the end could be okay if you can consistently live in the end. Okay, if you can't consistently live in the end, that's a much longer process. Okay, it's a much easier process to manifest in steps because it accelerates living in the end. Okay, so like, let's say you're in no contact. How in the fuck are you supposed to live in the end of that shit? Like marriage. When your 3D shows the opposite, so that will cause a lot of wavering. Okay, that'll cause a lot of wavering there, or not being consistent. Plus, you may not see a lot of movement because you're too busy living in the end of marriage, right? Whereas if you do what I teach, and that's manifest in steps, you start to see movement quickly, which therefore it helps you keep going. It, I don't want to say inspires, but it encourages you, right? Because it gets you excited because you're like, oh shit, like I just got that movement. So I'm going to persist. And guess what you're going to get? More movement, more movement, more movement. Hey, Marisol, always doing great. Yeah, I know. And so I'm impatient though. So I'm not going to sit there and just be like, let me just manifest a text. That's fucking stupid, right? That's what the photo method is for. Okay. So instead, my affirmations were like, he is so obsessed with me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He's constantly spending time with me. He'll do anything to be with me. So therefore anything to be with me implies relationship, right? So because of that, I'll do several different ones. Okay. Hey, Miss Jar Jar, I'm gonna respond to you too today, bitch. I'm responding to everybody today after my happy hour with. So don't worry if some of my messages tend to be, I don't know. I don't even know where I was going with that. But I'm having happy hour with my admins on Zoom today. So I'll be responding right after that. Okay, right after that. Okay. So yeah. So other than that, there's that part. And the whole act as if and just decide, that whole just decide thing is, it sounds good. Like it sounds good. Like you don't need to robotically affirm. You need to just decide. Okay, that's cool. But a lot of people have a hard time just deciding when their 3D shows the opposite. Okay, because we're living in the 3D, right? So it's like, it's hard to just decide that he wants to be with me when he just told me yesterday to go fuck myself and it has me blocked on everything. And how do you just decide the opposite? Right? Because the key is to have the least amount of negative thoughts possible and to not waver. Right? And then, did you just decide that he was going to break up with your ass? I don't think so. Right? How did the breakup happen? Because you thought about it. You questioned it in your mind. Okay? A robotic affirming is only designed, I made a whole video about this. Robotic affirming is designed to keep your thoughts in check. That's all it's designed to do, okay? Which is why it speeds up manifestation, because when you robotically affirm, you don't give anything another fucking option to get in there, okay? Because this is why I tell you, there's no reason why you should be spiraling, because if you're spiraling, that means you're not affirming, because you should not be having 10 negative thoughts. You should not be sitting there spiraling for 10 minutes a fucking day or for 10 minutes at a time, because you could have spent that time affirming the opposite, because you can't think negative thoughts and affirm for something opposite at the same time. You can't have two thoughts at the same time, especially opposing ones. Go ahead, try. That's why we affirm, okay? Because it's your thoughts that are pushing out. It's your thoughts about everything that are manifesting, okay? You didn't just decide that your boyfriend's going to block your ass. No, you didn't. But you tried forcing the 3D and your thoughts were all over the place, so therefore your ass got blocked. Okay? So that's where you have to realize is you have to ask yourself, does that make sense given my current situation? I mean, if you're just a master bitch and can just decide, well then kudos to you. But that's not realistic advice, okay? And I don't teach unrealistic advice. Like, it's not that easy. It's not that easy, especially when it comes to SPs, to just decide that they love you when they literally just told you the opposite, right? So that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not realistic advice, and I won't teach that here. I'm not going to be like, look, all you need to do is just decide. How's that working out for you, right? Because how do you know that you've just decided? Because if you, I guess the only way you would know that you've just decided is that you wouldn't question shit. You wouldn't question anything. You'd have no negative thoughts about the situation at all. You wouldn't be doing any of that because you just decided the opposite, right? But that's not the case. That's not the case at all. And so because of that, I don't like that shit. I think that's fucking stupid. I think that's stupid. And clearly it's like, did you just decide? I don't think so. No. Just decide you're a millionaire. When you have 20 bucks in the bank, but go ahead, just decide. NYC girl, where the fuck have you been? Where have you been? I told you, stop disappearing on my ass because I was about to check in with you and then all of a sudden you popped up in the WhatsApp. I don't like it when you disappear, girl. I do not like that when you disappear. Okay, Jenny, saying you're going to get something and saying you have it is a problem. Yes, girl, who is that? If you're just going to, you know what, we should do that though. We should have like once a month, we should have a happy hour on Zoom. I said, I think I'm going to go live in the evening and have happy hour on TikTok once a week, right? It's happy hour time. But our members of our community, we should just hop on Zoom and have chat time. Okay, I digress. Okay, so, your affirmation should imply that you have something, right? Not that you're going to get something, because going to get something, if you're writing your affirmations in a sense that it's a future tense, like you're going to get it, this is why it doesn't come, because there's no future. There's only the point of now, right? So it's like, in 6 months from now, when you wake up, what the fuck is the day? Now, right? It's like, oh, on my birthday. Okay, yeah, your birthday is technically in the future, but the second you wake up on your birthday, what is it now? Right? It's only the point of now. 1 minute from now, it is now, right? There's no future, so that's why it doesn't come. So instead, you should be wording things right now. Now, if you're wording something that's implying, and like I'll say, like, he'll do anything to be with me right now. We're getting back together right now, right? So it's like things like that is what I would do, is throw the right now at the end of that shit. Yeah, one piece. I'm supposed to be going out with my boyfriend tonight. So I'm like, can't get too turned. He's not drinking right now. He had a beer belly going, and he's a skinny guy, usually. So now he's down 10 pounds. Look at that. He's like all beer. I was like, oh God. That's why I don't drink beer. Yeah, real Anaya. So self-concept is not something that you have to work on, okay? This is where people get self-concept confused. It is not something you have to actually work on, right? How do you work on self-concept? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a job. No, instead, you just need to start identifying as something different, right? So I made a whole video that I'm going to drop probably tomorrow on self-concept, right? Because I'm tired of people telling themselves they have shitty self-concept or they need to work on self-concept. Like for what? Instead of telling yourself that you have to work on self-concept, that you have low self-concept, that your self-concept is shit, instead of telling yourself that instead, because a lot of people will try to get you to think that you have a self-concept problem, that's why you're not manifesting. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Okay? Self-concept is good when manifesting your SP because you need to see yourself as the baddest bitch, but you're always manifesting. You've manifested plenty of shit without great self-concept. So anyone trying to get you to think that you need to work on self-concept to manifest is fucking lying. They don't know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. Okay? Because all you literally have to start telling yourself is, I have great self-concept. Problem solved. Problem solved. It's not that difficult, right? So that's what I would tell yourself. Anaya is, I have great self-concept. Like, I literally have great self-concept. I have the best self-concept in the world. Whatever you want, right? If there's somebody that you know or assume has great self-concept, you could literally identify yourself as being that person, and you will have what that person has. Like, you could literally tell yourself, like, I am Kim Kardashian. I am Kim Kardashian. You're not going to actually become Kim Kardashian, but you will have what Kim Kardashian has. Whatever you assume to be true about her will become who you are. So if you assume she's rich, obviously, then guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to have a lot of money. If you assume she's hot as fuck, guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to become hot as fuck. Okay? If you know she has a big ass, let's state the obvious, well, guess what you're going to have? A big ass. Okay? If you think she has great self-concept, so are you. Right? So you can do that if you want to identify as somebody that you think has great self-concept, or you can just keep it simple. Start telling yourself that. I have great self-concept. I literally have great self-concept. That's it. That's how I work on it. A lot of people over here try to overcomplicate shit and try to get, and that's why I had to come on here the other day at nighttime, and I left a voice note in the group and said, I'm real tired of people trying to push the belief onto you that you have low self-concept. That's fucking stupid and that's bullshit. Okay? Or you can't manifest because you don't have good self-concept. What are you talking about? Like, that's fucking stupid too. It's not true. It's not true at all. Because let's think logically here. If you have always had self-concept issues, right? Because you've been telling yourself that you have a problem with self-concept, that you have low self-concept, right? Let's assume that's true. And that's how you identify yourself. Well, you're always manifesting your whole life. You've manifested. So you didn't need great self-concept to do that, did you? No, when you were manifesting, because you've been manifesting on autopilot. Self-concept didn't play a part in that, did it? No, it didn't. Okay, so instead, all you have to do is identify as the opposite, and you'll have the opposite. Right? Everything is thoughts. Okay. So the only reason why your self-concept is low is because, one, somebody told you have low self-concept, or two, because you have told yourself that over time. So because you've told yourself that over time, that's now an assumption of yours, and boom, you now have low self-concept. But if you told yourself the opposite, starting right now, Anaya, what do you think is going to happen? Just like you told yourself you have low self-concept, now you have stellar self-concept, because that's what you started telling yourself. Okay? That's all you got to do. Oh, no self-concept course needed. Oh, you had a cold. Okay, I'll let that shit slide. No self-concept course needed. You guys don't need all these fucking programs and courses to work on shit for yourself when all you have to do is tell yourself the opposite. Look at that. I'm always saving you guys fucking money. Yeah, you have to keep it's easy to just decide when you see movement. Okay, so like, let's say you're constantly talking to your SP, now you're spending time together all the time, then it's a lot easier to just decide you're in a relationship. At least in my opinion. However, again, if it was just, because I know a lot of people that they'll jump on a call with me and they will literally like talk to me about their SP, and if they didn't tell me they weren't in a relationship, I would have had no idea, because everything they were doing together screamed relationship, like the whole thing. But yet, if just deciding was so damn easy, then why is it hard for them to just decide they're in a relationship when literally everything that they're doing is a relationship? That's why I don't think that's a realistic advice. And I won't teach that, because you may or may not ever get your SP back if you can't literally just decide. Okay, just decide. The only thing you should be deciding is, I'm going to get my SP back. I'm a master at manifesting. And they have to do what I say. That's the only thing you should literally be deciding is, no, this works and I'm going to get my SP back. that decision, job done. Job done. I'm just deciding that shit. How about that? And I'm just deciding that whatever I say goes in my fucking house. Those are the things you should be just deciding. Just I'm here to tell you. Telling you. Saving you guys all this money. No, you don't need therapy. You don't need none of that shit. You don't need a self-concept course. You don't need none of that. Look at this. Just gotta tell yourself the other. Just gotta tell yourself the opposite. Oh, thanks, Priya. Priya. We'll go with Priya. I like that better. How do I manifest without craving and attachment? Okay. I don't know what craving means. You mean like wanting something really bad? I think like craving, like sometimes I crave mashed potatoes. So I look at craving like something you want really bad and then being attached to it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, to be quite honest. Okay, especially when it comes to SPs. So you can manifest regardless. So first of all, stop identifying yourself as having attachment issues. Okay, but obviously you want what you want, right? Like I really wanted to be back with my SP. How's that a bad thing? That's not a bad thing. So I really wanted my SP back. I craved to be with my SP again. So I still got it back. If you're attached to an outcome, I don't think that's fucking wrong. You should be attached to the outcome. So what? I don't think there's anything wrong with any of that stuff. Is to be attached to what it is that you fucking want. Here's the thing. What I would do is leverage that, okay? I'm all about leveraging. I can't even say her name. We'll just call you X. X1. I'm all about how do we use the law to our advantage, right? How do we leverage the law to work in our favor? So why not view attachment as fucking great? Like, dude, I am so attached to the outcome that it's absolutely coming. Like, it's absolutely coming right now because that's how attached I am. The more attached I am, the quicker it manifests. The more I crave what I want, the quicker it comes, right? So like use any, and this is for all of you guys. If you guys are telling yourself something, then leverage that shit. Like leverage it and be like, okay, I have this issue. I've got attachment issues. Cool. Well, the more I'm attached, the more I'm attached to my SP, the more he's attached to me. He's attached to me even more than I am to him, right? So leverage that shit. The more I crave being with my SP and getting what I want, the quicker that shit comes. The quicker he conforms, So take what because if you already have this assumption that you have attachment style behavior, right? Or that you crave this. If that's already an assumption of yours, well, then why spend all this time freaking rewiring that assumption when we can go ahead and just leverage that assumption, right? And say, okay, I already have this assumption. So how the fuck do I make that work in my favor? How do I benefit from that assumption? Right? So you guys can do that with anything. Let's say that you actually assume that you have low self-concept. You can tell yourself, because self-concept doesn't have anything to do with manifesting. Okay? It doesn't affect your manifestation, excuse me. I think you should have great self-concept, but I told you how to fix that. But let's just say you're struggling with that. Then it's like, okay, I have low self-concept. Like, let's say, well, I have self-concept issues, and you can leverage that and be like, so whoever I want wants me even more, right? And leverage what you guys are viewing as negative. Hey, unapologetically me, girlfriend. Okay, so things like that, leverage. We want to leverage. I always think you should leverage. Hey, Princess Lisa. Hey, Josie bitch. Also, I don't want to recharge my past. I don't want to revisit my trauma and do a stupid workbook. Miss Georgia, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. What workbook? What, are you in therapy? It sounds like something stupid therapists would have you do. I mean, that's what that screams therapist shit. Which is why you don't go to therapy. I'm just being honest with you. You don't go to therapy because, this is why I laugh when my fucking voice note was taken out of context. You don't go to therapists because therapists only want you to talk about your past. Keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it, keep talking about it. Let's work through it. Relive your trauma. What the fuck? No. For what? For what? You don't need to do that because the more you tell an old story, the more you keep it very relevant in your life, the more you keep it here, right? The more you focus on trauma, the more it stays traumatic for you. So instead it's like, why don't you just revise and be like, I've always had the best past. Like, my life has always been perfect. Everything in my life has always been perfect. My life has always been perfect. Like, I've never had any problems. Tell yourself that instead. No therapy needed. Definitely a fucking stupid workbook. Here's a workbook. Please describe your traumatic past. And you know what? Write that shit down every day. What? No thanks. I don't fucking think so. Like, I don't want to do that. Change of friends, 1802. Okay? Change of friends. So it's like, all my friends love my SP. In fact, they think we're perfect together. They literally think we're perfect together. They will stop talking about it, right? Because it's hard. It's hard because, one, they either know about all the problems you had in your relationship, because that's usually who we go to is our friends, right? And we want to bitch. Then that's a problem, right? Because now they're changed. Because remember, everyone has their own assumptions. So now they're creating their own assumptions about your SP. So then when you're like, oh, bitch, I'm getting him back. I'm manifesting him back. They're like, the fuck are you? Why? You know, because they now have their own assumptions of your SP. So instead, change your friends' assumptions of them and be like, they love them. They actually think we're perfect together. They fully support our relationship. And they will completely change because they have to show up based on your assumptions of them as well. So this is where we leverage, right? So they said something one time. Now you start to assume that your friends don't support your SP or don't like them. Therefore, they have to push that out over and over and over again if you assume your friends don't like your SP. So instead, you need to change that assumption of your friends, and your friends must conform. You should change everything. You all should do that. You all should do that if your friends don't support, or your family don't support or don't like your SP. Tell a different story. No, they absolutely love him. Shit. They think he's the best thing since sliced bread. And they will. All of a sudden, they're not talking shit about him anymore. Now they're like, I think you guys are great together. Of course you do. Of course you do. Clarence, Clarence. It's a touchy name for me. Because I was so smart when I was younger and in love that I relocated to Vegas. That's what led me to Vegas. I relocated to Vegas. I got his name tattooed on my body, not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. Who the fuck does that? My friend actually makes fun of me for it. And they're like, he's like, it's a guy. He goes, who gets your boyfriend's name on your body 3 times? I said, I don't know. I don't know who's fucking stupid enough to get 3 different bitches' names on their body, because he has 3 bitches' names on his body. I was like, at least mine is the same damn name. But now I have a huge phoenix tattoo that's on my entire back. It basically covers my entire back because I got Clarence, and who the fuck? This is the first time I've ever seen another Clarence. This has nothing to do with this fucking question, by the way, but the name I thought was funny. His name on my back was like this fucking big. Like, what man wants to see that name on the back when you're having sexy time? You know, and their name is not Clarence. You know what I mean? Then I got it here. Then I got his initials here. So yeah, genius move. And then I went to go get them removed, and they were like, basically, you have to come like once every 8 weeks. They're like, and it's going to be like 8 sessions. I was like, I'm doing the math. I'm like, so I'm not going to get his name off my body for 2 years. I was like, it takes me 4 hours to cover up the whole last name on the back. This one here took me 60 minutes. Like 2 years. But they gave me a $10 gift card. Oh, Clarence, do looks matter? That's entirely up to you. I think looks matter. A level of look. I think looks matter to some degree, right? Because I did in high school, we had to categorize what was important to us in relationships. And I was the only one that put looks as number one, attractiveness. And so he calls me up to the front of the classroom and he's like, Jen, why would you put attractiveness as number one? I was like, because we're not fucking blind. Like, you're not blind. So, like, you're not going to walk up to somebody who's not attractive to you at all and be like, you know what, let's get to know each other because I'm sure you have a stellar personality. No. Plus, if you're going to have sexy time and stuff, he's got to be light on the ice, you know? So that's why I put it at number one. I think it is important. But that's just me. Well, yeah, Miss Charger, they are saying, they're right about that. Like, well, they're right about it and wrong about it, okay? So, yeah, you should change your past if you find that your past is affecting you today, okay? So, like, if you had a traumatic past and you find that it's affecting you today, thanks, girly pop, then yeah, I would change it, okay? But again, you don't have to go down memory fucking lane. If you don't have to go down memory lane though and like relive it and over and over again. Is for what? Because that's not changing the past, right? Instead, tell a different story and just literally affirm the opposite. Like everything, like I said, everything in my life has always been perfect. Like everything in my life has always been perfect. That implies you never had any problems. So therefore, it no longer affects you today, right? But you should change the story if it affects you today. If it doesn't affect you today, like I don't need to change my past because yeah, I've been through a lot, but none of that shit affects me today. Right? I really don't give a shit. I don't go down memory lane and think about it ever. Like I never think about it. And so because of that, I don't have to change my past. But if it's affecting you or you can't stop thinking about it, then yeah, tell a different story. So if you are thinking about something traumatic that happened to you, then I would be like, no, everything, like the minute that comes up, like, no, everything in my life has always been perfect. Everything in my life has always been perfect to get you out of that. You know what I mean? But for me, I mean, don't get me wrong. I always say everything in my life is perfect, but I don't have to revise the past because it doesn't affect me today. Like I literally don't think about the abusive relationship I was in. I don't think about that negatively. It's hard to not think about that because, I don't know if you guys can hear that. My jaw pops every time I open my mouth or chew. My jaw pops because you broke my jaw. Because I was again, so I need to get my nails done so freaking bad. I just ordered them today. So I should have fresh nails for you guys by Monday in case you guys give a shit. But like, because I hit him. He pissed me off so bad. I punched him in the face, little old me. I punched him in the face, and then instead of running out the front door, I ran into the bedroom. And then I fell down, so now I was on the floor. So yeah, so this clicks every time. But it doesn't fucking affect me. I don't like think negatively about it, none of that shit. Like, you know, I was sexually assaulted. I don't think about that shit either. So like, because of that stuff, I don't have to do any of that. But for you, if we could talk outside of this too, so I can help guide you, because I know I have to respond to your message, bitch. I would not do no fucking workbook. I don't do workbooks because it says it in the name. That implies a lot of work. I wouldn't do a workbook. For what? Throw that shit in the trash. Along with your problems from the past. Throw that shit in the trash too. You know what, Josie? No one likes a fucking bragger, bitch. Like, no one likes a bragger that you're over there in freaking Cabo, sitting by the pool, drinking a coconut drink. I love her. And by the way, her fucking house is amazing. I only saw the backyard, but that shit is amazing. I don't know why I keep getting restricted. They ever restrict me by the dumbest shit. Talking about coconut water poolside is bullying and harassing, by the way, according to TikTok. Oh, okay. They complain about their SPs. You should pass along this information. Go ahead. Go ahead and head over to my bio, click the share link, and share it with your friends. And make sure they understand. Be like, well, just so you know, the more you complain about your SP, you're going to have shit to complain about. Because you're going to find that you always have something to complain about. Because that's the version of your SP you're selecting. And then watch the reaction. They'll be like, huh? I think that's fucking funny. I would just do that. I would do that. Hey, bruh. I love that name. Welcome, Lana, to the party. Welcome to the party. Yeah, no. But they all think it's bullshit anyway. I was talking to Terry today. It's Terry where she was saying that she can't even light a candle in her house because if she lights a candle in her house, her friends think she's doing voodoo witchcraft shit, like black magic stuff, by manifesting. They think it's woo-woo. She goes, I can't even light a candle in my house, so they're going to think it's like some kind of ritual seance. I was like, that shit's fucking funny. Yeah, I mean, I think looks are to a degree. Oh, Malaya. Okay, how do you deal with gutter trash? We call it gutter. We don't refer to them as third parties around here. We call them gutter trash, and we send them back to the dumpster they crawled out of. Okay, so I only have two hands for the sake of I don't know. I have two hands. So this is you. This is SP and gutter trash. SP gutter trash. Okay, right now they're like this. So we need to create the wedge. Because don't worry, gutter trash always aids in your manifestation, whether they're aware of it or not. They help you, okay? And they play their part for sure. So we want to give them an identity, right? You can never view gutter trash as anything as anything more than exactly that, gutter fucking trash. You cannot view them which is why we call them that. You cannot view them as competition, as better than you, as having what you want. You cannot do that. Because that's going to keep her right in place and them right together. So instead, you want to ask yourself, okay, well, what do I want to assume about this bitch? Do you want to assume she's a raging bitch with anger issues? Or do you want to assume, like I like to assume, that they're fucking crazy? Right? I got rid of a gutter trash and sent her back to the dumpster and let the dump truck take her out. So I'm good at it. And I'm good at helping you get it. I'm good at helping you create a wedge very quickly. Okay? And getting rid of gutter trash, like, you know, very quickly. Should be gone within 72 hours if you do what I say. Okay, so I like the crazy one. Who doesn't like a little crazy? I mean, I don't want crazy in my life, but it doesn't matter because she must show up. This is where you leverage the law, right? Everyone in your reality must show up based on your assumptions of them. So you have gutter trash and SP together right now. So you start assuming that you start telling yourself that this bitch is crazy. Guess what she must be? She must show up in your reality to your SP as batshit ass crazy. With anger problems. Okay, so she must show up that way. If, let's say your SP has children, and he loves his children, and he's a very active father. Well, part of your description could be like, she fucking hates kids. Like, she doesn't even like kids. So therefore, she has to show up that way into your reality, to your SP, okay? So, what you're gonna do, by the way, on a side note, I made coffee to bring it to my recording room, and I left it. So I had to grab another cup of coffee. Just thought you guys cared to know. So now she's crazy. So now we want to start affirming her away, okay? So I like the ones, you can use the ones that I used, and it's, what I use. Oh yeah. He can't stand her. He's disgusted by her. He wants nothing to do with her. Then I added this one. This one's really good and works really fast. Is they argue all day, every day. Mm-hmm. When I threw that shit at the end, within 2 hours, I was like this at the pool, listening to him fucking argue. They kept arguing. They argued ever since then. Like, literally, all day, every day is exactly what happened. I mean, we're talking fucking 4 o'clock in the morning arguing, midnight arguing, 10 a.m. arguing. Hell, she got off of work early just to go argue. Just to take the phone conversation to the physical world. So, that's how quickly it works, okay? So now you've done that, and now you've created the wedge, okay? So now you've created the wedge between them, and now she's going to play her part, okay? This is where she plays her part. All you had to do is do your part and create that wedge. So now she's going to do exactly what you try to do to save your relationship. Force the 3D. And we all know how that shit doesn't work, right? Because if it did, you'd be with your SP. So she's going to now start forcing the 3D, pleading her case. And guess what that does? Same thing it did to you, pushes them further away. So as you're doing that, and you're also affirming at the same time for you and SP, he turns around and he comes on home to mama. That's exactly how you get rid of her. And she'll be gone like super fast. But the key to getting rid of, learn from my mistakes, okay, is the key to getting rid of gutter trash is once you have confirmation, because you will have confirmation. In fact, more oftentimes than not, your SP will actually tell you and describe her exactly how you described her. Crazy. And your problems, right? And he'll literally say like, no, I can't stand her. Like, I fucking hate her. Like she'll describe that to you, okay? So once you get confirmation that gutter trash has been sent to the dumpster, we need to let the dump truck take her out, okay? You can't breathe any life into that anymore. So you can't question, is she really gone? Are they talking again? Is he still talking to her? You can't do that because all you're doing is taking her back out the dumpster and back into his life, okay? We don't want that. So you need to let the dump truck take her ass out. Okay, now, once you get confirmation that she's gone, if you find yourself ever questioning or thinking about her, okay, then what you're going to do is to keep your thoughts in check, because we don't want her crawling out the fucking dumpster. We want to keep your thoughts in check. So you're going to say something like, anytime you think about her, be like, no, he hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. He hates her, she's gone away. Okay? Because that will keep her away. All right? Okay. How do you reprogram your past so it doesn't recreate triggers? Good, Shelly. Good. Because he is yours. Why wouldn't he? Literally, you guys, if you want to know my whole story, it's on my YouTube channel. I think it's called like How I Manifested My SP Back. One of the two, okay? Because I'm good at it, but I had to figure it out by myself and figure out what works. So now I'm good at helping you do it quicker, okay, than I did. And mine took a whole 4 weeks. So if you do what I say, you will get movement. This is why people work with me, okay? The people work closer with me because they get movement very fast. Okay, and that's why I tell people on my calls, I said, you better get ready. Like, you better get ready because they're going to conform quickly if you do what I say. Okay, so how to reprogram your past, Manuel? It depends on what you're trying to reprogram from your past, okay? So you can do exactly what I told Miss Jar Jar to do, and that is tell yourself, everything in my life has always been perfect. Everything in my life has always been perfect, okay? Now, if it's a specific thing, that one will still work, but if it's a pattern, so like let's say you've had nothing but toxic ass relationships or nothing but cheaters in your life, okay? So then you would, if it's specifically relating to relationships, then you can tell yourself, I've always had the best relationships. I've literally always had the best luck with relationships. My parents, I'm sorry, my dad just sent me a text, like he acts like him and my mom don't fucking live in the same damn house. He's like, what's the T-Mobile password? I'm like, why don't you fucking ask my mother? I mean, it's my account, but still, she knows the password. They're all on my account. I've been with T-Mobile for 22 years now. They really like to tell me how long I've been with them. So. Glare works. It doesn't take much for you to get a violation on here, okay? It literally doesn't take much for you to get a violation. I get violated for the stupidest shit. But what's funny, what I think is funny though, is I'll just be talking to you guys like this about answering your questions and they'll be like, violation. I'm like, okay. But then when I go raging bitch mode and fucking start yelling and screaming at your ass, no violation. It's fucking stupid. I'm like, okay, I guess. Your filters are off. But I'll let them keep them off. Jen, he came back last night since I have been persisting. That's right, bitch. He ain't going to goddamn place. We'll celebrate that on our happy hour today. We'll celebrate that on our happy hour today. Because that's all it takes, guys. It's all it takes. Did you see what she said? By persisting in perfect boyfriend and perfect relationship. They don't have a choice but to conform. Okay, I keep telling you guys, if you're not seeing movement, that is all you. Okay, that is because you're lacking the discipline. Is you're continuously reacting to shit, okay? You're reacting. Stop doing that. You're persisting in... Sorry. I was just thinking about a conversation, a coaching call I had right before this live, which is why I was 5 minutes late. And the first thing I told her to do, I said, okay, what we're going to stop doing is putting shit into ChatGPT. She goes, okay, enough said, I'm done. I'm done with ChatGPT. I said, yeah, let's stop doing that. Okay. Because you guys don't realize that ChatGPT is helpful. Cool. If you wanted to like write your ass a recipe or some shit, you know, or like do things like that, you know, graphics or whatever. But you have to understand that you have to you assign meaning to everything. Okay. You literally assign meaning to everything. Nothing has a meaning until you give it a meaning. So like, let's say you have a weird dream. This was her. Let's say you have a weird dream involving you and your SP. So she took that dream, everything she could remember from her dream, and she put that shit into ChatGPT, like he's a dream decoder, and asked ChatGPT what the dream meant. And so she told her SP about the dream, but she didn't tell him what ChatGPT said. And what did he do? He pulled back, right? And wait, no contact. He didn't break up. They didn't break up or anything. He hasn't talked to her since. And so I told her, I said, the problem wasn't the dream. And she's like, I don't get it because I've told him about dreams in the past. I said, yeah, the problem wasn't the dream. Okay, the problem was not the dream. The problem was what ChatGPT fucking told your ass about the dream. Okay, because you thought about the dream, thought it was a weird dream, and then you put it into ChatGPT, and ChatGPT started telling you all about your man based on a fucking dream you had. And so now you took what ChatGPT said and selected a totally different version of your SP than you wanted. Because ChatGPT told you about your fucking dream. You guys killed me. And I was like, so it wasn't the dream itself, and it wasn't what ChatGPT said, but it was what ChatGPT said that controlled your thoughts about it. So that's exactly what pushed out, is your thoughts about it. About a fucking dream. So instead of putting it into ChatGPT, I said, just ever dream. I don't give a fuck if he killed you in your dream. He is so in love with me. Oh my God. I just had the best dream of my life about my SP. My God, he's coming back right now. Oh man. And you guys need to get ready, okay? You need to get ready. This is why we practice now. You need to get ready for the turnaround because you guys do some way out shit. Like she told me I could tell you guys about her story. I talked to a lady yesterday and she did the photo method. And she's in a relationship with her SP, and she's like, her SP started like overnight doing all the things that she had done. The photo method started checking in with her all the fucking time. She's known this man for 30 years, okay? Checking in with him he would check in with her about everything. Like, hey, I'm about to go to the store right now. Hey, I'm just getting home, about to take a shower, like just about to cook dinner. Like, hey, you know, I'm out with my friends. What's going on? Right? Like checked in. And she's like, ever since I've known him, he's never done any of that stuff. Like never done any of that stuff. But she wasn't ready. So what do you think she started doing? She started getting all fucked up in her thoughts. Like, is he cheating on me? He doesn't do this shit before. He never did this before. Something's up. What's and to the point where she was telling her best friend, who's a guy, about his behavior, and was like, do you think he's cheating on me? Do you think he's hiding something from me? And, and of course her friend was like, yeah, that sounds shady as fuck. Like, you know. And so then she told her other friend, and her other friend was like, bitch, isn't that what you're manifesting? she's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was conforming. He was conforming and she wasn't prepared for it. So she thought his behavior was shady. And you guys be doing some way out shit when you try to check up on your man. Like before that, she wouldn't hear from him and she would drive over to his house, do a drive-by, you know, like stalker shit, like do a drive-by. And she had a ride or die bestie that was like, let's go, bitch, let's go. All right. But this man didn't live down the fucking street. He was an hour and a half away. And I was like, you went on a whole road trip? And she's like, yeah, because I'd be like, I wonder what he's doing. Who's he with? Like things like that. And then she'd drive by. Thank God he would prove her wrong on the spot, because she said like half the time she'd be on her way there and he would fucking call her. Right? One time he came walking out of his house alone while she was pulling up. like trying to do like the stalker shit in the car and had to quickly drive off, right? And all that stuff. Or, you know, or she'd be outside his house and he'd call her. Just have conversation and check in, right? He wasn't doing anything shady. And I said, girl, you're lucky that he would do that shit every freaking time you would stalk his ass, because if he didn't do that, you would have created gutter trash. You would have quickly created gutter trash because you're accusing him of cheating every waking second you get. But then because he would call you, it would discipline your mind, because then you'd be like, oh, no, he's totally fine. He's not doing that. Right? And it would instantly change. So she didn't have to try and flip her thoughts, because if she didn't flip her thoughts, that would have pushed out. But instead of that, she would flip her thought because he would call her on the spot. I was like, well, from now on, we're only going to be going to our SP's house by invitation only. Y'all crack me up. You guys crack me up. Okay, I got off track. How to deal with closing the distance with SP. We're long distance and I hate it. Okay, Astrid. So first of all, you don't want to view distance as a problem, okay? If you view it as an obstacle, your SP is going to start making it an obstacle, okay? So he may start to confirm, distance as a problem, right? Like, oh, I don't, like you live too far, right? Things like that, because you're viewing distance as an obstacle. So one, don't view long distance as an obstacle. And two, tell yourself something different. Affirm for something different. What is it you want? You want to live together? Then start telling yourself that, right? Start telling yourself that he is so in love with me. He wants to live with me. He is so in love with me. He wants to live with me. He is so in love with me. He wants to live with me right now. And close the gap. Okay? Whatever has to happen for that to become true will happen. I'm living proof of that. Okay? We weren't long distance. We were one fucking building away. But we had our own place. And I didn't see how I never brought up living with him or together, ever to him. But I affirmed it. And whatever, because if I would have worried about the how, I would have never guessed the how. Like never in a million years would I have guessed the how. Because major events took place for that to happen. But I just kept affirming it in my mind, and whatever had to happen, whoever had to play their role to aid in my manifestation did. And they played it perfectly. So now we're living together. And I never mentioned it to him verbally. That's really, hey CC, that's really what a lot of you guys need to remember. Hey Mandy, is y'all got to stop verbalizing shit around here. Okay? Y'all need to stop verbalizing shit to your SPs. You don't need to do that. Okay? It's all up here. And they will verbalize it themselves. Why verbalize shit? That's forcing the 3D depending upon what you're verbalizing. And then oftentimes they'll pull back from it, or they'll give you the answer you don't want, and now you're all fucked up in your thoughts. Instead, it's like, I don't need to tell you need to communicate better with me. I don't need to say that shit at all. Because in here, he tells me everything. He communicates everything with me. He will start to do that. You don't have to tell him that you want him to do that. You don't have to tell him, hey, you know what? You need to talk to me with more fucking respect. Like, I don't like the way you're talking to me. You need to change how you're talking to me. You need to talk to me with more respect. In here, now he's the perfect boyfriend. He's literally the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. And he will change his fucking tone. You don't need to verbalize this shit for what? For what? Because think about if somebody was to talk to you that way, right? If your SP was to talk to you that way, how the fuck would that make you feel? Would you get offended? You know you said your ass would. Okay? You wouldn't like that either. So what the fuck makes you think? Look at that, guys. I just got a WhatsApp saying her SP just liked her what? Just liked her story after she did the photo method. That's right. That's right. You guys create all these fucking circumstances for yourself. You create all these goddamn circumstances for yourself. Well, I'm blocked. As long as you keep breathing life in that blocked feature, guess what you're going to remain on? Blocked. Well, they left me on red. Well, as long as you keep fueling life into that shit, as that being a problem, they're going to continue to leave you on red. You know, all of that stuff. But if you stop viewing all those circumstances and say, no, it doesn't fucking matter. It does not matter because circumstances don't matter. So whatever has to happen for me to get my manifestation is exactly what's going to happen. And if you'll persist, you will see movement, even if it's a like on a story when they didn't like your shit before, right? Yesterday we were on here and somebody said that she had sent her SP a message months ago, and her SP read the message and didn't respond. Well, since joining us, her SP just hearted the message that she read months ago. Okay? Yeah, because she's thinking about you. She's going right down memory lane. And that's what you guys have to remember, is you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. So why are you questioning every fucking thing, right? Why are you questioning everything? They don't have to unblock you to see your goddamn picture. You understand this. They can see your picture every day if they blocked you. Because you may not be able to see their profile because they blocked you, but they can see your picture. They can search you up and they can click on your profile picture and see your profile picture. They can. You know how I know that? Because I have people blocked. Okay, on top, so for all you know, they're looking at your profile picture every day, all day long. But you can't see that. Okay? Also, they probably have a shit ton of pictures of you in their phone. For all you know, they're going down memory lane all day long. Every day they're looking at your pictures. But you can't see that either. Okay? No one wants to look like a stalker. You bitches like to look like stalkers. But most men don't want to look like a stalker. So they're not going to call you and be like, hey, just so you know, I've been checking your pictures out every fucking day, bitch. They're not going to do that. They're just going to do it knowing that you don't know that. That's what you should be telling yourself. Like, he just doesn't want me to see that he's looking at my profile picture all day, every day, and he's doing, God knows what he's doing in my profile picture, if you know what I mean. Just saying. Hey, Charles. How to overcome not having it in the 3D, but I have it in the 4D. Tate, what are you talking about? You don't have it in the 3. Okay, this is where people complicate shit. I don't believe in a 4D. I know. I don't believe in a 5D, 6D, 76D. None of that shit. Okay. I believe in timelines, right? Infinite timelines in this 3D though. Because here's the thing. If you believed that you had it, if you're being honest with yourself and you truly believed that you had it in the 4D, then it would be not hard for you to believe you have it in the 3D, right? Because that's the problem with this whole like 4D, 5D, 6D, 85D. I don't fucking know how many Ds there are, and I really care. So it's like, because you're in this 3D, right? So it's like, take what you believe you have in the 4D and put that shit in the 3D. Go ahead. Go right now. Go to the 4D right now. Go to the 4D in your mind right now and grab that shit and bring it on over to here, to the 3D. It's no different. There's no way that you can think you have, there's no way that you can know you have something in the 4D but not have it in the 3D. That doesn't make any sense. And as long as you don't overcome that and bring that shit into the 3D, and here's the thing, if that's an assumption of yours, we can leverage that. We can leverage that, right? So you can start telling yourself like, everything I have in the 4D, I now have in the 3D. Everything in my 4D is in my 3D right now. Everything in my 4D is in the 3D right now. Okay, leverage, right? Leverage, because if you really do assume that there's a 4D and that you have whatever you want in the 4D, then start telling yourself that everything in the 4D, I have in the 3D right now. Yeah, that's a good ass idea. Damn, I'm good. Do that. Jimmy, I'm feeling great today. I'm revising my mom's story. Well, I'm not revising shit. I'm just controlling the outcome. So, there's that part. Good, Claire, it works. This is why we practice now, right? We practice now because when they come back full circle, you're prepared, right? You're prepared to not react, to not do that shit that caused all your stuff to get fucked up in the first place, right? So by you practicing to not react now, in your thoughts, you can react emotionally all day long. I don't give a shit, but don't react in your thoughts, right? So it's like, yesterday I cried, right? When I heard, well, my mom pisses me off. She said she was giving us a medical update and all this stuff, right? And she's like, I don't want to talk about it. After I send the message, I don't want to talk about it. I was like, okay, I respect you. I said, but I need to know what the fuck is going on, right? So if you don't want to talk about it, I totally understand that, but I need to know what's going on. And she was like, okay, fine. So she sends me the text, and I'm reading this text, and I was like, this is everything I already know. I thought you were going to tell me the results of your medical testing, but no, you didn't do that. So I was like, well, that's good. But her demeanor caused me to cry about it, right? Because I worry about my mom because we're close. She's like my best friend. And so, so instead, as I'm crying, what do you think I was doing? No, my mom's always been perfectly healthy. She has great health. These test results are going to come back completely positive. She's always had perfect health. My mom is perfectly healthy. That's what I was saying as I was crying. So the emotions are fine. If you're going to react and get pissed off about something, react. Like I told you guys the other day, I said, you have to know yourself, right? So if your boyfriend pisses you off or you get pissed off, that's fine. That's fine. Walk away from him. Take a breath. Walk away from him. Take a walk if you have to and cuss his ass out. 30 seconds. Give yourself 30 seconds. Set a timer. 30 seconds. Say everything you got to say. Get it all out. And then breathe and flip it all. Nope. Everything's great. Everything is great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We had the best relationship. He's the perfect boyfriend. We had the best relationship. He is the perfect boyfriend. We had the best relationship. And now you're right back on track. Because you're not going to fuck it up because you had 30 seconds. There's a delay. Right? There's a delay for the negative shit. So you're not going to screw it up because you vented to yourself for 30 seconds. Because after you're done venting and bitching to yourself for 30 seconds, you're going to go ahead and flip the shit. Okay? That's the only reason why the negative stuff manifested in the past, because you never flipped it. But we're human. Go ahead, react. You're pissed off? Walk away. Fuck that bitch. I can't believe she fucking had the nerve to say that shit to me. Like, who does he think he is? Blah, blah, blah. Then you walk away? No, he's the perfect boyfriend. He is the perfect boyfriend. Yeah. I mean, since everyone likes to think bipolar is a thing, why don't we just leverage that shit and be like, yeah, there we go. I let it out and I flipped it. I got bipolar. Becky, your chat GPT is set to delusional. That's a good ass idea. If you don't use it for business purposes, have it be like, you are completely delulu. You are completely delulu right now. I want you to tell me my outcome of my relationship. Oh, ChatGPT, because a lot of you guys like to listen to ChatGPT. So then you'd be like, oh, who needs a fucking psychic reading when you get to go to ChatGPT? And give it the identity you want it to have. Oh snap, what is it? First of all, yes, you should ignore what the fuck he just said. Okay, who cares what he just said? He only said that he just wants to be friends because that's what you thought. You questioned if he just wanted to be friends, where this relationship is going, why isn't he committing to me, right? You had some kind of questions about it in your mind. You were wavering in your mind about where this was headed or what he wanted. So therefore he pushed that out and said, I just want to be friends. So, in here? Oh no. He absolutely will do anything to be with me. He'll do anything to be with me. He 100% wants a relationship with me right now. That's exactly what you have to tell yourself. You can't listen to him, okay? What you're not going to do is fucking write back and be like, okay, I understand. No. But if you would persist in perfect boyfriend and you would tell yourself the opposite, like, no, he'll do anything to be with me right now. He absolutely wants to be in a relationship with me. And then he will turn around from, we should just be friends, to, hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's hang out. And no longer are you just friends. Okay? He won't look at you as just a friend, but definitely don't take his ass at his word. Fuck his word. Unless it's what you want to hear. If it's what you want to hear, then take him at his word. If it's not, fuck that shit. Change that. Change it in here. Okay? Don't plead your case to him. Do not verbalize. Oh, God. Okay, well, don't verbalize things to him. Okay? You don't need to plead your case and be like, well, no, we really need to get together. We need to really... my family's like a full-time job. I'm like, I'm over here manifesting other things. Now I gotta manifest peace within my parents because they want to act like fucking children and not adults. And they're old. I could just see it keep coming, or it just keeps popping up. I'm like, oh, good Lord. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. That's what you don't understand is you can leverage ChatGPT, but you better not leverage ChatGPT to change what you think about your boyfriend. I was like, damn, ChatGPT over here breaking up relationships and shit. Can I set it and forget it? Because I forget to affirm a lot. The risky 6, you don't have to affirm your life away, okay? So if you forget to affirm a lot, you don't have to, like, let's take robotic affirming out of it for a second. What you do need to become aware of is your thoughts throughout the day, though, okay? And so, like, I don't affirm my life away anymore for, like, definitely not for my SP, but you need to control your thoughts, okay? So it's like if you're going throughout your day, you don't have to worry about affirming, but if a thought against what you want comes up, then you need to flip that shit, right? So you just need to, like, let's say you're going throughout your day and all of a sudden you're thinking about your SP, not how you want him to be. Well, then you're like, oh no, he's the perfect boyfriend. Just flip the thought. Comes up again, no, he's the perfect boyfriend. If you are thinking about the things he's not doing for you, you're like, oh no, he'll do anything to be with me right now. He'll do anything to be with me right now. Right? So have something that is, even if it's just one affirmation, just have that be your safety net, because you have to flip the thought. Even if you forget to affirm a lot, you don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And because, like I'm always telling you guys, that speeds it up because it disciplines your mind, because a lot of people will be spiraling in their negative thoughts, but you didn't robotically affirm for your fucking breakup. You know what I mean? You weren't walking around town like, he's going to break up with me, he's going to break up with me, he's going to break up with me, he's going to break up with me. You didn't do that, right? So you don't have to necessarily do that. We do that to control our thoughts throughout the day, because a lot of people have a problem doing that. So that's where robotic affirming distracts your mind to focus on what you want. But if you don't have that, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, but you must flip the thoughts, because this is why you're not going to see movement. This is why you're not going to see change. Is because you're letting the thoughts ride. We can't do that, because that's what led to the breakup, is just letting the thought ride, right? And having thoughts compound. Look at that. And he liked her story from a different account. That's what you guys have to remember too. Just because they have a main account, you all should be convincing. If any of you are blocked right now, y'all should be telling yourself a whole different story. Like, oh, he looks at my profile every day from a fake account, from a dummy account. We all got them. Everyone has one. You know you do. I'm just kidding, not everybody. But a fair amount of people have them. So, and that's what she just said. He liked it from a profile that she doesn't, that like is a totally different account. Of course. For all you know, that's exactly what they're doing. That's what I would be telling myself, like, oh, he has multiple accounts. He'd be checking my profile out every fucking day. Because he can't get enough of me. He cannot get enough of me. Mm-hmm. Did you send that calendar to him, Cece? I found out someone has been saving my pics on Instagram and I expect... Of course it's him, Naya. Nene? Of course it's him. Assign the meaning you want. Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he? Who the fuck else would be? You got a stalker? Yeah. No, he's obsessed with you. He's obsessed with you. Now you just control the narrative. What do you want to think he's doing with those pics? Hey, AJ. You should take yourself out for the night. It'll be helpful if we record our affirmations in our voice. I think it would, Marisol, 1,000%, because when you're sleeping, you're and right before you go to bed, you're in SATS mode, state akin to sleep. So your conscious mind is going to sleep with you, but your subconscious mind never sleeps. Okay, so if you're listening to your affirmations and looping them throughout the night, and that's because your assumptions are stored in the subconscious mind, which is why hypnosis works very well. So if you're looping them while you sleep throughout the night, you're getting those affirmations into your subconscious mind thousands of times, like literally thousands of times every single night. That's great. That's great because we need to create a new neural pathway to rewrite the assumptions you already have. You know what I mean? So doing it, listening to it every night and having it play thousands of the same affirmation every freaking night, it's going to create real fast a new assumption within you. And you ain't got to do no fucking work. That's the best part. Why do you think people do hypnosis? Because you ain't got to work. You got to lay back and let someone talk to you and do all the work. You are beautiful. Oh, yeah. Hey, Kenza, you got my WhatsApp, right? So send me a message. Okay? We're going to make it right. Don't even trip. That's right. Delulu is the new Salulu. Oh, I like that. That's a good one. I'll send you. Oh, one thing you are not going to be doing with ChatGPT is, one thing you're not going to do with ChatGPT is have it write the description of your specific person, of your perfect boyfriend. Okay? Because those are not your words. Okay? Those aren't your words. That's ChatGPT's words, right? That's Google's words. So instead, you need to actually do that work. Okay? Where you need to describe him in a way that's your words. Okay, so because your subconscious mind knows your voice, knows your words, okay? And so when you're writing a description of your perfect boyfriend, don't leave that shit up to fucking ChatGPT. What? You let ChatGPT tell you who your perfect boyfriend is? No. And by the time you just go into this whole description mode with ChatGPT, you may as well just continue to go into description mode and write that shit down yourself. Welcome, Timo. Perfect. I had a lot going on last night, but I will go ahead and answer you today, sis. Welcome. Let's see here. Oh, oh shit, Cece. Yeah, he'd looking at that calendar every night, girl. Every day he'd look at that calendar. Jimmy, I didn't sleep like with a picture. Well, that would be a lie, actually. Well, okay, so I got into the law of attraction shit where, back when I was doing the law of attraction stuff, right, they tell you to write something down and put it under your pillow with his picture. And so I did that. And I forgot all about it. Like, I forgot all about it until he came to spend the night one night, and I went and I like put my hands under the pillow. I was like, oh, and I had to take this shit out. And because I was like, oh my God, what's the off chance that he happens to like lay on this pillow and then is wondering what the crunching thing is on the underneath, and then pulls the shit out. That's going to be awkward and uncomfortable. So instead, what I did though is, so I did do that, but I have a picture of him and me on my dresser. Okay, so I did that, and I have one on my fridge for when we were actually together. I never took that down ever because I live alone, you know. So I never took it down, and my family, God knows, they don't come over to my house. So I would wake up every morning and I would go to the kitchen to fill my water in my Stanley and be like, "Good morning, honey. Hope you have a good day at work." And every night I'd tell him good night, sweet dreams, and give him a kiss. Why not? Why not? I think anything, I'm not going to say that it's going to aid in your manifestation, right? Because I don't want to create an assumption that doesn't benefit you. But I think that it helps I like to do things that help me step into the assumption faster, right? So that's where I cleared out half my closet. I cleared out half of my dresser drawers because I was like, well, if the man's going to live with me, hello, he has to have stuff to put his shit, right? And so because of that, I did that, right? And like I said, I had the first flower he got me was with our picture. I put that up there. Different things like that, to do things to aid in my assumption of we're together, right? Because I have him in my phone, his name with hubby and a heart. I have our profile, not my phone picture, screensaver was me and him. Like, none of that ever changed when we broke up because that, you know, I wanted to keep that assumption like, no, this is my man. So I would do things that had, plus I had a gang of free time, so who doesn't have time to clean out their fucking closet, you know what I mean? And so I would do things like that to help me create the assumption of relationship, living together. Because why wouldn't you, if you had a relationship with the person, have a picture of them on your dresser, right? I'm not saying if you live with somebody, go around put pictures of you and your SV all over your house. I mean, do what you want to do, but I would do that. I bought into the whole candle shit stuff too with an ex of mine, and he would come over and I'd be like, I'd have to hide all the shit, and then I was like, what do you do when you're done with the candle, right? Do you throw this shit away? Do you like keep it? What do you do with it? So I kept them, and like I had a whole mound of fucking candles. That's how good that shit worked. I had a whole mound of candles. Ah, glitter sparkles, leverage the ante. Leverage the ant. Oh, are you the fucking one? Yo, you're the one with the nonsense of March 26th. Okay, we're gonna stop that shit. I'm pretty sure I told your ass this yesterday. We're gonna stop that shit. Okay? So I'm glad I'm gonna work with you. Let's go get him back before that shit. That's a long ass time from now. That's a long time from now. Okay. Oh, I almost blocked your ass. Okay. Yeah, I would. Yeah, why not? I tell you guys, absolutely talk to the bear he got you, 1,000%, like you're talking to him. Absolutely. These are things that help you, right? That help you. Like, I said the other day, you know, there's a story about a woman who, they'd been together, they'd been married for a long time, her and her husband. Her husband comes home one day and is like, by the way, I want a divorce. Here's the papers. And she was taken back by it. She was like, he wants a divorce. So she allowed herself to grieve, and then guess what? She picked her ass up. She dusted herself off, and she imagined every night they had like You know how you have a couch and then you have a lot of people have like a recliner chair. Well, he used to sit in that recliner chair all the time. So she would imagine him sitting in that recliner chair every night, and she would talk to him. She would just talk to him, like about her day, like as if they were married, right? As if they were in a relationship. What are you talking about every day as a couple? You're not your conversations with your SP all day long, every day, are not about your relationship. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, you're not confessing your love to each other 24/7. They're normal ass conversations about how your day was. And so she would imagine having a conversation. She would talk to him. She would just talk to him, like she would imagine him sitting in that chair, and she would just verbalize how her day went and all that stuff. And, you know, I love you and whatever. Well, a little bit of time went by and he showed up. He came home and he came over, and he was like, hey, I'm home. Right. And and they were talking, and she was something like that. She was like, what about the divorce? And he goes, what are you talking about? What divorce? He's like, I would never get a divorce. We have the best marriage. That's why I tell you guys, if you're married and he says, I don't give a fuck if he says he wants a divorce. What divorce? Nah, I don't think so. Right? Just imagine yourself having a conversation with the person. You know, a normal ass conversation. I'm not saying you have to be Delulu and hear him talking back to you. I mean, you could if you want to. But you don't have to. Just have a conversation, right? And because it's thought transmission, all of a sudden, yeah, the things that she didn't breathe life into the divorce, which is why he didn't even remember the divorce. He's like, what are you talking about? That's the best part. I love it when they do that shit where they act like nothing's wrong. What's wrong? Nothing. Great. Of course nothing's wrong, right? That's the worst question you could ask your SP too. What's wrong? Oh, he's going to tell you something's wrong. And if he says nothing, take him at his word, because that's not what you guys do. That's not what you guys do. Is you're like, in your mind, you're like, no, something's wrong. Something is wrong. He's acting funny. Yes, Alyssa. They'll put that shit off. So you have to understand that it's all a matter of what you assume. Everything comes down to your assumptions. Whatever you assume is always going to be true. Okay? That's why I keep telling you guys that you should right now start to assume relationship. Okay? Especially if you guys are talking to each other. At one point in time, someone has to assume relationship. The minute you assume you're in a relationship, guess what? So will he. Instantly. He'll just start acting like you're in a relationship. He'll start calling you his girlfriend. He'll start just like as if you're in one. No relationship proposal needed. That fucking shit is stupid. Because I think you guys get commitment confused. And you guys need to be careful of that too. Okay? Because it's like, you should just say you want a relationship. Because when you're saying like, I want him to commit to me, that's like saying if you're in a relationship, isn't that implying commitment? I don't know what kind of relationships you're used to, but I would imagine that implies commitment. Like, so I just want him to commit to me. It's fucking stupid. Just start assuming relationship and boom, he will too, automatically, the minute you do. And now, no relationship proposals needed, okay? And now you can assume you're in a committed relationship. Who the fuck would assume that they're not in a committed relationship? That's stupid. That is stupid. Manifesting my SP has made me feel sick to my stomach. We're very in love, and he left abruptly, and I've been missing him like crazy. Yeah, well, Nikki, we'll answer that in a second. Okay, we're going to do the photo method real quick, okay, since Kenza is asking how to manifest contact from her SP. Okay, so, and then I'll get into what you said, Nikki, after we do this exercise, okay? But do this right now. But follow exactly what I'm going to tell you to do, okay? It works like crazy, literally. Okay, so, but you do need, and I'm going to walk you through relationship lane, because he didn't leave abruptly. He didn't leave abruptly. I mean, to you, in hindsight, it could have felt like he left abruptly. But when I explain relationship lane to you, you will understand that you created the breakup. That he left because of you. And I don't mean like because you're an awful person. That's not what I mean. I mean, you caused him to leave based on the version you selected of him towards the end and what you told yourself. Okay? And that's what caused him to leave. It wasn't abruptly. Okay? Even though it may have looked like that. Okay? So, all right, let's get your photos out. Mina, fucking do this shit, bitch. Okay? Because I'm going to reply to you today, too. Okay? So I want to get your photos out right now. Okay? Now, while you get your photos of your SP out, I want you to go back in time. Since you guys love to go back in time anyway, we're going to go back in time. Okay? Except we're going to go right back in time to when everything in your relationship was completely perfect. Everything was completely perfect, like a poster card perfect. Okay? I want you to remember who that person was. Who was your SP? What was he like? How did he treat you? How did he make you feel? I hope you're doing this, Nikki. Okay? I want you to remember that version of your SP. Forget who they are right now. Forget who they are right now. You're going back and you are picking up the version of your SP that was perfect for you, that gave you everything you wanted, that remembered your heart, that had your heart. Okay? Now, I want you to hold on to that version of your SP, and I want you to bring them to the point of now. That version, the version of your SP that you just had 30 seconds ago, is no longer the version you have now. The version of your SP that's here with you right now is your perfect boyfriend. The perfect boyfriend that checked all your boxes. And it's okay if you're crying. Don't worry about it. Okay? They're happy tears because you just brought back the version of your boyfriend to the point of now. Okay? He's here with you right now. Now, we're going to hold on to this version of your SP. Okay? So your SP that made you feel loved, respected, appreciated, right? That just won your heart is here with you right now. So, since he's your perfect person, this shouldn't be hard for you to expect him to contact you. I didn't say what was going on today. That was a minute ago. That's old version of SP. That's old version of SP, not the one that's with you right now. The one that's with you right now is perfect boyfriend. So you should expect them to do what perfect boyfriends do, to contact you, to reach out to you. Okay? Okay, so now you have your SP's picture. Now I want you to look at their picture. Now, if you are in no contact or you're in contact, but it's not consistent contact, you're going to affirm for contact, okay? You're going to put on your, if you are new here, you're going to put on your fucking crown. If you are not new here, that crown should already be on because I tell you, we don't take that shit off in our own damn house, okay? So put your crown on, okay? You're the queen of your castle. This is your story. This is your movie. And you have just brought back your perfect boyfriend. He's here with you now, your king, okay? So now you have your crown on. Now you're going to look at their picture and you're going to give your command. You're going to look at them and you're going to tell them you could say texting, calling, or contacting, okay? However they would naturally reach out to you is exactly what they're going to do, okay? So you're going to say, you are texting me right now. If you're alone, say it out loud. Say it with a little command, a little authority, okay? I don't mean scream at their ass, okay? If you are not alone, then say it in your mind. It really doesn't matter, okay? So you're saying, you're texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. You are texting me right now. Literally word for word what I just fucking said. You are texting me right now, okay? Now, if you're in constant communication with your SP, you talk all the time, then we're going to move to the next step. You're coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. You are coming to see me today. Okay? Now, since the perfect boyfriend version is here with you right now, you need to expect them to do that. The second you expect them to do that, which is right now, because your perfect boyfriend is here with you right now, they will do it on the spot. Okay? Exactly. Exactly, Kenza. Because that is the version that you have now selected. You have, up until now, you've been selecting current version, the one you don't want. But we just went back and we brought back the perfect version for you. And that is the version of your SP that you are selecting now, that you are expecting in your reality now, that is here with you right now. This is how this works. And they will text you on the spot if you will expect that behavior from them, because that is your perfect boyfriend. We just brought them back now. So that version of your SP is here with you now. That is who he is for you right now. Okay? Okay, you're going to do this. Oh, if I forgot to tell you, if you're in a relationship already with your SP, well, then have fun with it. Tell him to do whatever the fuck you want him to do. You want him to cook you dinner tonight? Tell his ass to cook you dinner tonight. You want, a little sexy time night? Tell him you're making love to me tonight. Oh, you're making love to me tonight. Okay? Okay, I've got all bases. I'm pretty sure I got all bases covered. All right. Absolutely. Only that version. Perfect boyfriend. He's here with you now. Okay? So let's do it while I put you on a pause break, and go ahead and right now and expect perfect boyfriend to text you. And he will. What's up? Okay, how did you feel? Hopefully you feel great, because you should, okay? You are powerful, okay? You're a very powerful bitch, or dude, whatever. You're a powerful person, so it's time for you to start owning it, to start stepping into your power, okay? When you do this, you can use you can use the photo method for anything, okay? You can use that, you should be using it for everything, okay? So you can use it where you can literally tell them your affirmations, okay? I love that for you, Charles. Okay, you can use this for anything, okay? For anything. You should be saying your affirmations to your SP with the photo method. So you can literally say, you're obsessed with me. I'm all you ever think. I'm literally all you ever think about. You always call or text me. You text me good morning every fucking day. Okay? You're constantly spending time with me. You'll do anything to be with me right now. You can also look at the photo of your SP. I suggest you all do this every single day. And just for a minute, like this is not like some drawn out thing. And look at his photo and tell his ass, we're getting back together right now. 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 It's thought transmission, okay? The photo method works very, very quickly, okay? Yes, Kenza, stay focused. Stay focused, honey. Okay? Stick with one, okay? I want you for a minute to say, you're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. Okay? Because literally, let's stick to the point. Yeah, you can say whatever. I'm not going to tell you there's a right or wrong way to say it. I just found it works very quickly if you say, you're texting me right now. Because you can say it numerous times, right? You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now. You're texting me right now, right? We don't need to tell him he's the perfect boyfriend, okay? I just say that to myself, right? I've never looked at his picture and been like, where you're the perfect boyfriend, right? Instead, I'm just in my mind, if we ever have any, like, if I ever feel like he's got a little bit of an attitude, it could have nothing to do with me. Well, I know it has nothing to do with me because I'm perfect. But I literally will just be like, we're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. We're great. He's the perfect boyfriend. We have the best relationship. And boom, right back on track. He gets every thought you have about him. Okay? You, yes, Nadine, that's where I said I would look at his picture and say your affirmations to him, not like in third party perspective, like he's obsessed with me. Instead, it's you're obsessed with me. Okay? So you have to remember, Kenza, that you control 100% of their thoughts all the time. They can only think the thoughts that you assume they're thinking. So what is it you want to assume they're thinking? That they blocked you, that they ghost you, that they're not talking to you, that they want nothing to do with you, that they hate you, that they don't want to be with you? Or do you want to assume that they're thinking about nothing but you all day, every day, and how much they crave you and how much they're begging for you to take them back, and that you're literally all they can ever think about, all they can think about is being with you? That's what I would think, because that literally has to push out, right? It has to push out exactly how you expect it to. Okay, so that's why I would think that way. That's where I teach you guys to distract your thoughts, right? Is to remind yourself of these things like, okay, I'm the creator of my reality. He has no free will. I control his thoughts. So what do I want to assume he's thinking? Oh, that's easy. He's thinking about nothing but me and how much he wants to be with me right now. Like he's literally going to beg for me to take it back right now. Right? Those are the thoughts I would choose to assume he's thinking versus the latter. Okay? Because that's not the vibe and that's not what you want, right? And so but as long as you guys keep thinking those thoughts, good morning, Shanae. Oh, I keep forgetting. I was like, it is not the morning, bitch, but it is the morning in Australia. So thanks, girlfriend. So instead of saying he is obsessed with me, say you're obsessed with me. Exactly. You are so obsessed with me. I'm all you ever think about. In fact, you can't stop thinking about me. Shit. You can't even sleep at night because you can't stop thinking about me. All you can think about is being with me right now. That's all you can think about. That is, you will start to, you can always, and one of your affirmations should always affirm for movement. Okay, saying he is so in love, he is so obsessed with me, I'm the love of his life, that's not movement. Okay, there's nothing in there to give movement. Okay, because you could be the love of his life and he could be obsessed with you and never fucking talk to you. What? No, that's not what I want. And I know that ain't what you want. So no, that's not what we're going to say. Instead, we focus and we say that's where you should affirm for movement. All of you guys should be affirming for consistent movement, right? Like you can literally one of your affirmations could be like, he's always trying to get my attention. Like he'll do anything to get my attention every single day. Every day he's trying to get my attention. Okay, because what's going to happen is he'll start to do things to get your attention, unblock you, like your story, do little things like that. And you have to remind yourself that only you can assign meaning to everything. There is no meaning at all until you assign it a meaning. Absolutely not, Jojo. Don't fucking create that assumption. Absolutely not. Okay, we don't want to... it doesn't matter. You could say he's obsessed with me. He'll do anything to get your attention. Every day he tries to get my attention. I'm all he ever thinks about. He's always calling and texting me. He will. Even if you've never met. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your subconscious mind always knows who you're referring to, okay? Always knows who you're referring to. And Jojo, no, it does not matter if you have not been together for 2.5 years. We have people that got back together after 20 years, after 20 years. Both of them got married to totally different people, had kids with totally different people, and now guess what they are? Together. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I had somebody that was, I think, separated for 2 years, something like that. And within less than a week, the guy turned around, contacted her out of the blue. The minute you expect that behavior from them, they will do it. They don't have a choice. Okay. But the only reason they won't do it is because because you're wavering. You're doubting they're going to do it. Well, he told me he wants nothing to do with me. So why would he text me? Oh, well, I'm blocked. And we haven't been talking. So why would he just randomly text me? Because he has no choice. Okay. Because he has no choice. Somebody came on here 3 days ago, had never seen my live before in her fucking life. Did the photo method and she got a text on the spot. Okay, I literally have people every day in my text and WhatsApp are like, oh my God, I'm seeing movement. I'm getting a lot of movement when they got nothing before, right? Or he just contacted me. I'm shook. That was one I got the other day. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If you will persist in only the version of the SP that you fucking want, they will conform. Okay? So in case you are new here, I'm your manifestation bestie, where I teach you how to leverage the law of assumption so that it works in your favor, because that's what we do around here. We don't teach the law and follow the law when you can leverage. Okay? I don't parrot Navigata or law of assumption. I teach what I know works because I manifested my SP back from no contact to fully living with me in a matter of 4 weeks. So I'm here to help you do the same. In fact, if it's not with me, I strongly suggest you only talk to and work with people who have done it successfully. Okay? And that's where I am. So I do offer one-on-one coaching. It's not expensive. It's like less than $100. Okay. I refuse to raise my prices because I want to help as many of you manifest your SPs back in lightning speed. And I'm good at it. I'm good at listening to you ramble so that I can tell you what the problem is, point out the obstacles you're unaware of, and we recreate your SP together. We curate some affirmations for you if I feel like you need certain affirmations given your situation. And then I give you the roadmap. It's not a lot of work. I don't give you a lot of work because I don't even like a lot of work. So what the fuck would I give you a lot of work for? Okay, I like the least amount of effort, quickest results. That's my shit. So that's what I help you do. Okay, so if you're interested, all links are in my bio. Okay, I also do offer text support coaching. A lot of people think it's tech support. No, it's text message support coaching, as well, where you have me in your pocket so that I can help you get your shit. Okay, right and tight, and keep you on track and get you to change your reality so you can get your SP. Okay. Also, we have a free WhatsApp community, which is lit. Go ahead and join that bad boy. It will move to paid eventually when I get around to it. But right now it's not. It's free. So if you get in there now before it moves to paid, you'll never pay a single fucking penny for it. Okay? Also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time. If you ever miss a live, don't even trip. They're uploaded every single day on my YouTube channel. And while you're there, subscribe and listen to my lives. Mute the speaker. I don't give a shit. They're long as shit. How many watch hours that? So that YouTube will push my content out to more people, because I only give you realistic advice. And I always bring logic into manifestation because it has to make sense to you. Okay? If it doesn't make sense to you, then it doesn't click. And that's not the shit. Okay? So go ahead and do that now. Thank you very much. Okay. That's right, Shanae. That's right. Flip that shit. You guys got to get real good at flipping. Flip, flip, flip. You know, I will tell you, ever since I told you that everything is a sign with my ISP and everything used to be a sign with my ISP, it's like, I still smile. I find myself, because it's just natural. I have seen an atrocious amount of butterflies. An atrocious amount of butterflies. And I always, every time I see one, I just smile, because that was a sign for me, right? I was like, oh, a butterfly. Look at him thinking about me. And if I saw two butterflies together, oh yeah, that was a real sign. We're getting back together right now. Everything was a goddamn sign. So that's what you got to do. I know. I need to get that podcast started. I think it's going to be called Manifest Your Shit with Jen. Explain why she shouldn't be filtered. I don't know how to fucking do that shit. Maybe we can loosen the filters on here. Oh, maybe that. Oh, you know what? I know Mystica will do that shit, because then it filters out all the stupid things that people are posting, trying to, sell you pipe water in a dream. For the first 5, I comment. Saying you is better than third person is because you're talking to you, like to somebody, right? So it's like, you're so obsessed with me instead of like, Jonathan is so obsessed with me. I mean, you can say that as your affirmation. I need you to explain a little bit more about what you're talking about, versus you is better than in third person. Like, I wouldn't say like Jennifer and George are together, because it's fucking dumb, right? Instead, I'd be like me and my SB, me and George, or things like that, because I'm referring to me, right? And your subconscious mind knows who you are. In the third person, the only way that works is if you project yourself out and see a scene of you and that person. You can do that, like as if you're in a camera lens and you're watching like a movie on a screen. You can do that. I actually just made a hypnosis recording for. I had to make 2 different hypnosis recordings for people. Oh, I have those shit too. If you want a personalized hypnosis recording, links in the bios. But I just made 2 of them, and one of the descriptions in the hypnosis recording is to get rid of the old story, right? So basically, what I have them do is to imagine both, is to help them imagine them sitting in a movie there. Imagine a movie screen in front of you, right, where you're playing the old story. And then you reach and grab your remote and you press delete. And then when you press delete, you notice the screen fades away and turns to white. That's you getting rid of your old story. Okay, so when you do that, then it gets rid of the old story because you just deleted the shit. And the screen faded to white. Okay, so you guys can do that. You guys can visualize that shit if you want. And that will get rid of your old story. And that's in third party. That's in third person perspective. That's in a third person perspective, because you don't want to be in your old story. You know what I'm saying? Because that shit is called old for a reason. And so therefore you're in a third person perspective, watching the old story. It's not a whole movie. You're not playing a whole goddamn movie scene, right? But we'll say you could play like your breakup and then press delete and imagine that shit fading from picture to white screen. All done. Job done. Job is all done. We gotta stop overcomplicating the shit around here. Okay? Gotta stop complicating it around here. No, Eleanor, I'm not the person that's going to tell you, don't check your 3D. What I am going to tell you is to learn how to control it. Okay, so like what you're doing is great. Like if you're checking WhatsApp, because remember, your subconscious mind doesn't know what you're looking at, okay? Or why you're looking at it. It only knows based on the thoughts you tell yourself. So if you're looking at WhatsApp to see if he's online and you're not triggered by it, instead, I'd be like, it depends. If you're in no contact, then what you can start doing if he's online is being like, look at him trying to get my attention. He's texting me right now. He's literally on WhatsApp right now getting ready to text me. He's texting me right now. That's what I would do. Because he will text you. If you tell yourself that enough. That's what I would do. Everything you guys should assign nothing but positive meaning to every fucking thing they do or don't do. I don't care if they tell you that they just want to be friends and I don't want to be with you. In your mind, he is so fucking in love with me. Jesus Christ, he's in love with me. This takes discipline. This takes discipline. But what's the latter? Where you want to listen to what he fucking says and replay that shit like a broken fucking record in your mind? Or tell yourself the opposite? Because again, your subconscious mind doesn't have ears. Well, I guess it does. But it doesn't hear what they're saying. It hears your thoughts about what they're saying. So if somebody says, like, I don't want to be with you, leave me alone, your subconscious mind doesn't know that's what they said. Okay? But what it does know is you saying that 55,000 times on replay in your fucking mind. That's what it knows. It doesn't know that that's what that person said. It doesn't form an opinion. Okay? Your subconscious mind doesn't have an opinion. Okay, it doesn't decide anything. It doesn't have an opinion at all. It takes you at your word. Okay, so that's where I say the worst thing you can do is attack yourself and say, I have shitty self-concept, because your subconscious mind takes you at your word. It has no opinion of its own. Okay, so I don't care what he tells you, if you would tell yourself something different, that's all your subconscious mind knows. It must prove you right. So it has to push it out. See, when we remember this type of stuff, you can control every fucking thing. Because you're like, okay, well, if I keep telling my subconscious mind that he hates me because that's what he told me, then my subconscious mind has to keep that in my reality and has to prove me right over and over again. So every day he fucking hates you, he hates you, he hates you. Versus if I tell myself, even though he told me he hates me and I'm looking at that shit, I'm like, he just said he loves me. Oh my God, he literally just confessed his love to me. And you tell yourself that, then your subconscious mind takes you at your word and pushes that out. And now all of a sudden he went from I hate you to, you know what, bitch? Man, I have been thinking about you nonstop. Like, I am in love with you. Yeah, because that's what you chose. That's what you chose to tell yourself instead. Okay? This takes discipline. You need to discipline yourself over and over and over again. Any advice on how to not have anxiety doing this anymore and let go of the old him? Yeah, Nikki, you need to describe him differently, okay? When I told you to go back and bring back the old version of your SP, the one that won your heart, describe him that way. Write it down. Write that shit down. What are all the things that you love about him? Okay, how does he make you feel? All that stuff. And write it all down. Go in whole descriptive mode and then read that shit to yourself. And then anytime you think about him outside of that, then you just say, no, he's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. Your subconscious mind knows what those features and qualities are for you. Okay, it knows what your perfect boyfriend is for you. So you don't have to describe him that way all day long, but you do need to tell yourself, no, he's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. And that will push out. Okay, he doesn't have a choice. We're constantly selecting different versions of our SPs. So maybe it's a good time to go down memory lane, okay? To realize because I get a lot of new people here. So sorry if you're fucking tired of hearing about it. I don't give a shit. Excuse me, right? Mashed potatoes. Which, who the fuck, I need to change my thing about this. how the hell do I order fried chicken and all the sides and no fucking gravy? I was like, well, that's not the vibe. Where the hell's the gravy at? And I'm thinking, I was like, did I not order gravy? No, that's impossible. I had to have ordered gravy. So now, because fried chicken can be dry. And so I was like, well, what in the shit? So I have honey mustard, but that doesn't go. I want to mashed potatoes with my fried chicken. So I can make my own goddamn instant mashed potatoes. We all know KFC does not use regular potatoes. Let's not lie to ourselves. That shit is instant. But that's what I like about it. I make bomb mashed potatoes from scratch, just so you know. But for some reason when I have KFC, I like their mashed potatoes, correct? Right? It's kind of like Taco Bell's tacos only go with Taco Bell hot sauce. Just like Del Taco's tacos go with Del Taco's hot sauce. You can't switch the hot sauces. It doesn't work. Try it. Doesn't work. And so I was like, I'm not going to pay $7 for some instant mashed potatoes when I can go pay $1.50 for a whole ass box of that shit at the store, right? And I have them there, so I was like, I'll make instant mashed potatoes or order the gravy. Well, they didn't give me my goddamn gravy, so I was like, well, and I had mashed potatoes already made. I was like, well, what the hell? That's why I always have a backup plan. So what did I do? Made some gravy, and then added some Cajun seasoning because I love Popeye's gravy. That's what I did. So now I have mashed potatoes and gravy. In case you guys really gave a shit about my mashed potatoes and gravy. Oh, man. I have too much fun. That's right. Perfect boyfriend makes me think I'm above him. Huh? What, Nikki? Perfect boyfriend makes me think him above him. Well, we'll discuss both scenarios because I think you meant him above me or me above him. Okay? So, now, perfect boyfriend to you is exactly that, the perfect boyfriend, because you're up here on the pedestal. You have to keep yourself on the pedestal. He's never above you in your own fucking house. Never. Okay? So it's like, no, he's the perfect boyfriend to me. Like, he's my perfect boyfriend. Okay? Well, perfect matches perfect. I'm the perfect girlfriend, so it doesn't fucking matter, right? I'm the queen, and I'm selecting perfect boyfriend. Why am I going to select free will, asshole version, that broke my heart version? Why the hell would I want that version? That doesn't make no fucking sense, okay? So either way, you're selecting a version of your SP at all times. So what version of your SP do you want? The one who broke your heart, the one who left you, the one who doesn't want anything to do with you, or the one who loves you and absolutely worships the ground that you walk on and treats you like a queen? Which version would you prefer? Because that was the version you initially selected. Okay? So follow me, Nikki, here. Let's walk down memory lane for a hot second, okay? So you first met your boyfriend, right? He was checking all the boxes. He was so perfect. And hold on, guys. I gotta turn on the fan. It's fucking hot in here. Hold on. California's having a heat wave. It's like 90 degrees, then it's gonna be like 70 tomorrow or Monday, but it's freaking hot. So anyway, okay, so you met your boyfriend, he was checking all the boxes, everything was perfect, right? Everything was great. And you were over the moon, everything about him was perfect for you, right? Therefore, your relationship picked up steam really fast. You went from having casual conversations to talking all the time to constantly spending time together to a relationship super fast, right? Your relationship was like this, on the incline, on the rise, quickly, because everything was perfect. Then you had a disagreement, and the disagreement turned into an argument because us ladies love to do this. We can't shut the fuck up, right? So it starts as a disagreement. You don't like what he had to say, so you gotta have the last word. So you started arguing with this man, pleading your case, trying to tell him what's on your mind, how you feel about things. And so you did that, and the argument at some point ends verbally, right? But not for us ladies. Nope, it continues here in the mind, where you walk away and you're so pissed off. You're like, fuck him. I can't believe, how dare him talk to me that way? I can't believe he said those things. I can't believe he feels this way, blah, 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 blah. And you're having a whole argument, continues in your head. Then a lot of times you're not done with the arguing. So even though it stops here, you come back to confront him again. Like, oh, I got something else to say, right? And then the next day, everything is back on track. You're back to normal, and which is fine. And so you're going good, then you have another disagreement, which turns into an argument, and it goes the same way as first argument. Why? Because you never talked it out and resolved it, you brushed it under the rug. So because of that, now you have the same type of argument you just had earlier, before in your relationship, right? Now you notice that the arguing starts to become a little bit more frequent. Disagreements start to become a little more frequent. And because usually when you're done arguing, what do? You go to your friends, you go to anybody who will fucking listen to you and want to bitch about your boyfriend. Bitch about the argument that you had, right? Never once you go to your friends about how everything's great in your relationship. Okay, and so now you've told your friends, now you're starting to look at him differently, right? The perfect boyfriend that you had when you first met, you're no longer seeing him that way. A lot of times you'll verbalize that too to somebody and be like, he's changing. Like, he's changing. He's not the guy that I fell in love with. He's not the same as when we were first dating, right? A lot of times you'll verbalize that shit, okay? But that's how you start to look at him. And as the disagreements continue throughout your relationship, your perception of him changes even more. You're now changing the version of him. You're selecting a different version of him. Every time you argue, you're selecting a different version, different version, different version. Then in your mind, towards the end of your relationship, you start to question his feelings for you. Does he even want to be with you anymore? Does he love you? Are we going to break up? Like, is everything okay? Like, you start to question that stuff. And some of you will verbalize it, right? Like, are we breaking up? Are you okay? Are we good? Do you still love me? You'll verbalize that shit to him sometimes. But oftentimes, throughout the course of your relationship, you start to think that way. Now, the breakup happens. It wasn't him breaking up with you. It was you breaking up with yourself because you thought about it. You didn't affirm it consciously, right? But you also didn't flip that either because you didn't know what you know now. So because of that, you just kept saying over the course of your relationship, you were questioning his feelings for you. You were questioning this stuff. And now you proved yourself right because it had to push out. And now the version of the guy who broke up with you is nothing close to the version that won your heart. That is because you selected the new version every single time. New version, new version, new version. Worse, worse, worse. And now he's nothing like he was before. So this is why people react to the current reality, because they're focused on the current version they're getting today. The one that doesn't want to talk to them, the one that's being mean to them, the ones that's saying mean, hurtful things to them, versus persisting in, no, he's my perfect boyfriend, the one he was before. Okay, so if you keep reacting to stupid shit he's doing now or not doing now, and complaining about him now, getting sad about how he treated you, things that he said to you, and so forth, you're keeping the current version of your SP right here in your reality, which means he can't do anything else. It's not his choice, okay? It's literally not his choice he can't contact you, and if he does, we had somebody do this on the call. She did the photo method and she got contact right away, but it wasn't the contact she wanted. It was me. Because she had just came across us and was not persisting in a different version of her SP, okay? But now, she's been with us for 2 weeks now? Now she's a totally different person. She's a better person because that's where you're doing this, because you're evolving as a person. But her SP, she's starting to get massive movement from her SP. They do. But I tried to snake the system about my mashed potatoes and gravy, and I tried to just order gravy because I could make mashed potatoes. And then I fucked it all up. Exactly, Nikki, exactly, because you keep saying he misses you. Well, unless you've convinced yourself he's on a fucking business trip, that's implying you're not with him. Okay, that's not implying movement, because here's the thing, that man could miss you 24/7 and never contact you because you're not affirming for movement. Plus, you're not seeing the version of him that would miss you, that would want to be with you, that loves you, that wants to talk to you all the time, that constantly wants to spend time with you. You're not selecting that version, the version you once had. Okay, which is why your relationship changed, which is why you might have felt like the breakup happened abruptly, but it did not. Okay, because in your mind, you created the breakup. You selected the wrong version over and over and over again, and then you're continuing to select that version now because you're thinking about the last encounter you had. You're thinking about who he is today. Well, that person is not who you want. We want the one that you love, the one that you miss. We need that version only. If you'll persist in that version of your SP only, he has no choice but to conform. He's conforming 24/7, but he's conforming to asshole version and not nice loving boyfriend version. And that's not what the fuck you want, is it? I don't think so. I don't think so. You're not killing off the old version. You're persisting in new version. Okay, you're only persisting a new version. So if you think about him throughout your day, if you're ever thinking about him other than perfect boyfriend, then you tell yourself, no, he's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. Flip that thought every time. Persist in perfect boyfriend. When you persist in perfect boyfriend, he turns around. So you better be quickly. You better do it quickly. Because you'll get quicker results, right? You haven't been doing anything in 3 months but wavering and focusing on anger and focusing on asshole version, which is why he hasn't turned around. Okay, this is what makes us different here. This is why people work with me, because we have to recreate him to be everything you wanted and more. And then you persist in that. And then he turns around really fast. So you better be prepared. So you better start disciplining yourself now. Why do I do what my past logic mind wants answers? Yeah, you don't need answers. You created it. Everything he told you wasn't his words. That's what you need to remember, is whatever he told you wasn't his words at all. That was you. That shit was all you. Okay, because you thought something, you questioned things, you thought a different way, and boom, it pushed out. He has no choice but to reflect onto you. He's doing nothing. He's nothing but a projector. Okay, all he's doing is projecting onto you. So you have to look at everything from a feedback perspective and say, okay, this is all feedback for me. So if he's not doing the things that I want him to do, where am I going wrong in my thoughts? I promise the one major thing that you're doing wrong is, one, you're not affirming for movement and what you actually want. And because that's why I teach manifesting in steps. And then two, you're not choosing the version of your SP that would do that stuff. The one that you love. So because of that, that's why you're seeing no movement. That's why you're not seeing the turnaround. Okay, because when people work with me, they see movement very, very fucking fast. Why? Because we don't tolerate that shit. We get your stuff right and tight, okay? And then you get additional support. Like, we don't just have a coaching call and then I'm like, have a good life. All the best. You know? Like, we stay in contact and text, so therefore I can help you further along, okay? But you need to persist in perfect boyfriend. What do you mean seen? Did I say seen? I have no idea. Okay? But this is what I teach. Okay? So I have a series of videos on it. Okay? On my TikTok, YouTube, the whole bit. But you need to start changing things. I don't want a man that just gives up on me with a little argument. I want someone that makes me feel, that makes me feel seen. Got it. Okay. Okay. You can have whatever you want from this man. Okay. He didn't give up on you with a little argument. See, this is where you're not accepting. Okay, Nikki, you're about to piss me off, bitch. But that's okay, because you're new here. And I fucking yell at everybody every day on my TikTok. But this might be the one that pushes me over the edge today. Okay, here's what you're not understanding. You caused this all. Everything is all you. You caused everything. You need to start owning that shit. You need to own it now. Because you can't change it. If you continue to think that he did all this shit, you can't change it. You're giving your power away. No. You caused this mess. So because you created the breakup, you can create the makeup. Because you created the version of the SP that you don't want, you can recreate him to be everything that you do want. Okay? So you want to be seen? Then use that as a part of the description of how you describe him, is that he always makes me feel seen. Okay? He didn't give up on you over a little argument. That's not what happened. Be honest with yourself. Okay, because you have to be honest with yourself, because we cannot lie to ourselves. Okay, he did not give up on you with a little argument. Your thoughts about the argument are exactly why he left. It wasn't his choice. People argue all the fucking time and never leave. All the time. Okay, most relationships have several arguments and yet they're still together. But you need to control your mind. This is why you start now, because you have to be honest with yourself. You did not have a little argument. Go ahead right now. Replay that argument you had. Now, after that argument, go ahead. Replay your thoughts that you had after that argument. I'm pretty sure they weren't good. I'm pretty sure they weren't good. So he reflected that back onto you. Like, oh, I didn't like that. We had an argument. Oh, are we good? Did he like me? Are we okay? No, we're not. That's basically what we said. No, actually, we're not. It's over. Because your thoughts after that, your thoughts during the argument as well as after the argument are exactly what caused him to walk away. It wasn't his idea. You need to start accepting that, because if you can't accept that, then you can't change shit, because what you're doing right now is being a victim. Okay, you're choosing to have a victim mentality, and you can't do that because you won't get shit that you want as long as you continue to play the victim card, as long as you continue to say that he broke your heart and that he hurt you and that he gave up on you and that he walked away from you. Do you see what you're doing? That is victim mentality 101. That is playing the victim card all day long, which is why no matter what the fuck you've been doing for the past 3 months, guess what? That's why you've gotten no movement. That's exactly why it's not working, because you've done nothing but get all in your feelings and blame everybody but yourself. Be the fucking victim. No, this happened to me. I did not create this. Yes, you did. 100% of it. 100% you created. But you have to understand that so you can change the shit. Okay? If you can't get yourself out of fucking victim mentality, then you have a problem. So you need to get yourself out of the victim mentality, put on your fucking crown, and own your shit so that you can change it. Because here's the problem. Let's say you manifest him back right now. Let's say he calls you up and he's like, honey bunny, I'm so sorry. I want to get back together. What's your plan? What's your fucking plan? You're going to go right back to the same victim mentality you had in the first place? You're going to go right back to the same relationship mentality you had in the first place? Because here's your psychic reading. Consider this a free psychic reading for you. Do you want to know the fate of your relationship if he comes back tomorrow and you don't do things differently? He's going to leave you all over again. Look at that. I just saved you money on a psychic reading. That's facts. That is facts. Because you're not evolving. You're not learning how to discipline your mind, control your thoughts, stop reacting, and to focus on what the fuck you want and to see perfect boyfriend no matter how they're behaving. No matter how they're behaving. This takes discipline. At first, it takes discipline at first, but then it gets easier. It gets easier and easier. I don't have to remember to affirm. I don't have to remind myself. I'm not constantly selecting asshole version of my boyfriend for fucking what? No, I constantly select perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend. I assign positive meaning to everything because I am going to give it the meaning that I want it to mean. So you need to get a grip, okay? You need to get a grip and start changing. I love you too, Nikki. Yes, you can. This is what you're not understanding. You're never selecting old relationship, old version. You're creating something new. Everything's new. Your SP's new. Your relationship is new. That's what you need. It's manifesting something new. What didn't you like during this relationship? What are things that you didn't like, that you brushed under the rug, that really weren't important to you and to your SP? But now that you can have your cake and eat it too, and you can have whatever the fuck you want from this man, what do I want him to be for me? Describe him that way. And affirm perfect boyfriend. Every time you think about him, perfect boyfriend, I don't give a fuck if he sends you a message right now that says, go fuck yourself. Perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He is the perfect boyfriend. He is the perfect boyfriend. He is the perfect fucking boyfriend. Do you understand? Do you understand? Because that's what it takes for you to get everything that you want. That's what it takes for you to see movement. That's what it takes for your SP to conform quickly. Very quickly. The second you select the version of your SP that you want and expect that version from him only. Expect that behavior from him only. Do you understand what I'm fucking saying? Because if you don't understand what I'm saying, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't know what to tell you. Ren, do I have to come through this fucking screen and choke you out on TikTok Live? Stop acting like you're new here, bitch. I know who you are. You are not fucking new here. You are not new at all. So change that, okay? This is why you have to do things differently. This is how you have to do things differently. When they come back around, Nikki, you're going to get hot and cold behavior. Okay, cold behavior. Do you care to guess? Okay, let's see if you were paying attention. Let's see, quiz time. When he is cold, do you care to select what version of your SP that you selected? Asshole version. And when everything's great, do you care to guess what SP version you're selecting then? Nice version. So they turn cold overnight because you start having a bitch party in your fucking mind. You start either having a bitch party, you start describing him. One out of two things is happening. You're either describing him in a way that you don't want him to be for you, or you have a fear that he's pulling away, which guess what he's going to do? Pull away. Because that's what you're telling yourself. Everything boils down to telling yourself something. What are you choosing to tell yourself? What are those inner fucking conversations you're having here? You want to keep replaying. If you want to keep living an old story and keep replaying old story, well, guess what you're going to get? Old story. So you have a choice. You can sit there and go down memory fucking lane about how the breakup ended all day long, but guess what? Nothing's going to change, honey bunny. Because you keep replaying old story, and guess what? You keep reliving old story. You keep selecting old asshole version of SP, the one you don't want. So we're going to get a grip. We are going to get a grip. You need to fucking get a grip. And you need to get one right now. Okay? Exactly, Dina. See, why everybody got to tell you that shit? Why does everybody have to tell you that shit? Okay? Because you have to understand. Exactly. But here's what, okay. Everything in your life is off of patterns. You will notice patterns, right? Where it's like all my relationships, they always turn cold. Like all the guys in my relationship, there seems to be a trend. Okay? Same with your childhood dynamics, trend with people in your life. Because that's you. Because what happens is somebody turns cold. Let's say from childhood. One of your childhood friends turns cold. Okay, so you start telling yourself that. So guess what's happening? So guess what happens to the next friend? They turn cold. And now all that did was reconfirm to you and your mind that people turn cold. So as long as that's an assumption of yours, guess what your SPs have to do? Turn cold. Do you see the pattern? So you need to start telling yourself something different. You need to start telling yourself like, absolutely not. It doesn't matter. Everybody thinks I am perfect. Every fucking body in my life thinks I am perfect. Everybody in my life thinks I am perfect. Okay? I have nothing but the best relationships. I have had nothing but the best relationships. I always only attract the best partners. They absolutely love me. Absolutely love me. Like, we're nothing but hot and steamy. My relationship with my SP is nothing but hot and steamy 24/7. You need to start telling yourself something like that, because the more you keep reaffirming that people turn cold, that's exactly what's going to happen over and over and over again. See? Like, you guys don't need psychic readings unless you're going to get one from me. Because I'll go ahead and give you the best psychic reading of your fucking life. It's going to be exactly what you wanted. So therefore, it pushes out. I'm telling you, watch. I'm going to set the record for how many people I get that manifest their ST back in lightning speed, because everyone's going to get the same psychic reading. No, they'll be different based on your current situation, but watch out. Everyone's going to be like, damn, he came back in 72 hours. Of course he did. Of course he did. And then you're going to try giving me the credit. And then that's when I'm going to have to give you the spoiler alert and be like, just kidding. Joke's on you. You did this all yourself, bitch. Not your power. Okay, by a show of hands, how many people think that Nikki sounds a whole lot like Terry when Terry found us? Now, Terry, on the other hand, Nikki, started doing, she dropped the bullshit, which is what you're going to do right now. You're going to drop the fucking bullshit. You need to do that now. Drop the bullshit. Okay? When Terry dropped the bullshit, she's a totally different person. She's now getting movement from her SP. He sent her a fucking he literally was like, leave me alone. He literally sent her a love song that last weekend. Sent her a love song. Mm-hmm. She's getting movement. You know why? Do you want to know why, Nikki? Because she's doing what the fuck I say. Okay, she's not over here with question after question. She started that way. Don't even trip. And she'll acknowledge that. She started that way. But she's a totally different person because she evolved. She realized where she went wrong. She dropped the old bullshit that you're doing, and she decided to grow up, act like an adult, put on her fucking crown, and give her commands, and uprise her expectations, and change. And guess what she's getting? Movement. Movement. Because she dropped the old shit. She dropped the stupid shit. And she started doing, here's a concept, acting like an adult, not a fucking child. When you act like an adult, not a child, well, guess what you start to do? You start dropping the bullshit of, this fear that you attract avoidant men. You tell me, Nikki, I almost called you Terry, but Terry's evolved. She's amazing. You tell me, Nikki, why would you want to keep telling yourself that you attract avoidant? Who the fuck wants to attract an avoidant man? I wouldn't. And you're telling yourself that because they've turned. That's because you keep telling yourself that shit. You have an argument, and all you do after your argument is go, oh, I wonder if they're going to avoid. Oh my God, I wonder if they're going to turn cold. I wonder if they're going to start avoiding me and detach and leave me. And then sure enough, you're shocked. That's what kills me every time with people like this. Then you're shocked when they do exactly that. Over and over and over again. But here's the thing. Your childhood friends, your fucking boyfriends, they all only have one person in common. Care to guess who that is, Nikki? You. So, when you're not attracting avoidant men, you are turning them into avoidant men. Why the fuck would you want to do that? That's like saying, you know what? My goal today is, how the fuck can I create a cheater in my life? Yes, I want every man in my life to just cheat on me and treat me like shit. So I'm gonna wake up every day and I'm just gonna think about nothing but the fact that they're assholes and avoidant and just treat me like shit. I'd rather do that. You need to get a grip. Okay, you need to get a grip. They all turn and act the same fucking way because you are turning them into that. Why would you want to do that? Does it make you feel good? You literally started this whole ass conversation with your fucking feelings are hurt and your heart broken and you missed that man. Do you miss the avoidant cold asshole? Is that who you're missing? Then why are you selecting that person? I don't think that's the version of your SP you're fucking missing. And if you are, then we need to have a serious talk. Because that's part of the problem, bitch. That is part of the problem. So from now on, when I think of him, do I say you, etc., or he's text me? No, okay. Kenza, you would say, so if you think about your boyfriend, right, you would say he, okay? He's texting me right now. He's always calling and texting me, right? He's always calling and texting me. I'm all he ever thinks about. He is so obsessed with me, right? You would affirm from a he perspective. If you're looking at his picture with the photo method, then you would say you, because you're talking to him. Okay, so if whenever you're talking to him, you say you. Whenever you're talking in your mind and just affirming, then you say he. Okay? Okay, Sebastian. So when the fuck are you going to start manifesting money? How much money do you need to move into your apartment? So start telling yourself you have that in the bank right now, right? I have 10 grand in the bank right now. I literally have 10 grand in the bank right now. Money just comes to me from everywhere. Money just comes to me. You could say money just comes to me out of thin air. Everyone loves giving me money. Money comes to me every single day. And what do you want in the bank account? Affirm that. Reaffirm that, reaffirm that, reaffirm that. Okay? Oh, Nikki, I know you haven't, honey, but that's okay. That's okay, because most of these coaches out here have been doing nothing but wasting your fucking time, okay? They've been doing nothing but confusing you and wasting your goddamn time, which tells me all I need to know. All I need to know. If a manifestation coach, especially mainly if a manifestation coach is teaching about manifesting a specific person, if they don't tell you that how you see that person and the version of your SP that you're selecting is priority number one in manifesting your SP, that tells me all I need to know. They've never manifested their SP back. Because you have to see them that way. You have to describe them that way. And if you don't, all the affirmations in the world ain't gonna work for you, honey. They're not. Because you're selecting asshole versions. So let's just say on the off chance, eventually he does text your ass. Could take a long time. But let's just say on the off chance he does contact you. It isn't going to be in the tone you want. It isn't going to be what you want. And you cannot force the 3D. Because that's what you did after your breakup. Again, I don't have to be a psychic to know that shit. Don't have to be a psychic to know that. Okay, because everyone forces the 3D. When they're starting out. Judge me not for grabbing chicken with my fingers. They're clean. But everyone, after the breakup happens, they try to force the 3D. They try to call, beg, plead, do all that shit. Okay? And what happens? It pushes them away. It pushes them away. It pushes them away. It pushes them away. So instead, you can't force the 3D. So instead, all change has to be done here. You control his thoughts 100% of the time. The change must be done here, not here. Because the second you verbalize it, it will backfire every time. The second you push the 3D and try to call him right now and beg, plead your case, it's not going to work. It never does. That's what leads people to getting blocked. That's what leads people to, some people could possibly get a restraining order. It depends on how crazy some people like to take the fucking shit. Some people like to take that shit real serious. Real crazy. I had one client that I told her, I was like, honey, if you lived in America, you'd have a stalking charge by now. And you definitely would have a restraining order. That's for sure. She was doing some wild shit. I was like, I mean, next level wild shit. I'd never seen somebody yet. I had never seen, until I met her, I had never seen somebody try to force a 3D to the level she did. That shit was killer. But I told her that. The very first message, I was like, so what we're going to do is stop doing everything that you're fucking doing. Stop it now. Stop it immediately. Okay. End of coaching call. End of coaching call. Because she was wild with her shit. I mean, to show up at a funeral, trying to get your SV's attention, that's wild. Okay, Ren, you must pop in here after we do the photo method every fucking time. Okay. Go to my page, because I don't have time to do that today, but go to my page and go to the top pinned post. Okay. You know, it's called, it's got like 38,000 views. Go to that one and that'll show you how to manifest a text. Okay. Do they get every single thought? No, Doodles, they get every thought that you have, immediately. Yeah, it's instantly, right? So it doesn't have to become an assumption, right? Like, that's why, like, when you're in a relationship, I could sit there and look at my boyfriend's photo and be like, you're cooking dinner for me tonight? And he, like, goes from not cooking dinner to wanting to cook dinner, right? Like, different things like that. You know, I have the assumption that he's the perfect boyfriend for me, and therefore the guy makes me lunch every fucking day. Like, literally. You know, he made me a sandwich the other day, and I took a picture of it, and then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, where's the meat? I mean, I love veggies, but I don't do vegetarian sandwiches. If I'm going to do that, I'll have a salad. And he was like, oh shit, he forgot the meat. So then he had to, like, put the meat in there, and I'm like, well, we're just going to have to let the picture ride, because now that's not picture worthy. And I was hungry, so I just ate that shit. You are living as if you're already there and have the money. Yeah, okay, but you have to tell yourself how much money it is. Like, right? We don't want to pay 8K as the apartment. I'm guessing that's a one stellar apartment. So 8K a month is the apartment, but you obviously don't want to live paycheck to paycheck or be broke because you pay for the apartment, but you can't turn the fucking water or the electricity on. That doesn't work. So instead, tell yourself that I make 20 grand a month. 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 Money comes to me from everywhere. People love giving me their money. Like, I literally make 20 grand a month. You will. It doesn't matter how that has to happen. Whatever has to happen, if you'll persist in that, but not worry about the money, okay, that's the key. You can't look at your bank account and say the opposite in your thoughts, okay? So, because your subconscious mind, remember, doesn't have eyes. So you cannot literally sit there and look at your bank account and be like, I'm broke. I don't have any money. And you can't do that. Okay, because that's all your subconscious mind knows, and it takes you at your word and pushes that out and proves you right. So instead, you have to look at that bank account. I don't care if there's 20 bucks staring back at you. You need to tell yourself something different, like, damn, I always have plenty of money. Shit, I got 20 grand in the bank right now. I literally have 20 grand in the bank right now. That's what you have to tell yourself, even if it's showing you the opposite, because, again, it doesn't know it's seeing the opposite. Do you understand? Do you understand? Okay, Sebastian, again, okay, if you'll do exactly what I said and not react, here's what you have to understand. It depends on I'd have to know what you're affirming when it comes to money, okay, because you're not in control of the how, okay? That doesn't matter. So if you are doing, because I ran into this with another person, I said, okay, you're not in control of the how, you have to trust the process. So if you would stay focused, then you don't know how, you don't know what series of events have to unfold to aid in your manifestation. So it could appear to get worse at first, but then if that may be exactly what has to happen to aid in your manifestation. Okay. So I lost I didn't lose, I created a loss, Jesus. I lost a business partnership that I was a part of. End of December. Yeah, end of December. I lost a business partnership that I was a part of. But what was funny, what was interesting enough is before that, about 30 days before that or less, I was just having this is why I'm saying you have to flip your thoughts, guys. But I was just having in casual conversation with a couple entrepreneur business clients of mine that I think I'm going to work like this. The partnership is taking a lot of my time. Like we're talking 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Okay. And my business had to take a back seat. So like I couldn't work. I had no time to work on my own business. And so I started to tell some entrepreneur friends of mine, I was like, you know what? I think I really want to start working on my own business again. Like, I really think I want to start doing that, but I just don't have the time. So, but, because then I'm in control of how much money I make and so forth. I said, so I think that's really what I want to start doing. I just started talking about that to a couple people, and I didn't affirm that, but I was affirming for money and business success. Okay. So while I was affirming for money, see, I had also created the assumption in my mind that this partnership wasn't going to be that ticket, okay, to more money, because it was capped, because I got a percentage and he was tanking the company. But anyway, so I was like, so then all of a sudden he calls me up out of the blue and he was like, hey, I don't think this is working out anymore. And he had all of these fucking excuses that were complete bullshit. Like complete bullshit. And like what I would tell my clients, they'd be like, what is he talking about? I said, right, I know. It made zero sense. And so he was like, so I think we need to end this partnership effective immediately. Now I'm a single mom and it's not cheap where I live. And I was like, the fuck do you mean effective immediately? I was like, okay. So then at first, I went through the emotions, right? At first I was like, oh damn, like that stings. That didn't look like, at that time, it didn't look like things were moving forward in my affirming for money. It looked like it was getting worse, right? Because that was my main source of income. And that just got pulled out from under the rug. So I was like, damn. And so I went through the emotions and then I started getting a little resentful, but then the light bulb went off. And I said, I'm affirming for money. And so, but at the same time, I have repeatedly told my clients that the company's going ass backwards. And what I made before is nothing near what I'm making now. And it's expensive as fuck to live where I live. So there's that part. And so, so I reframed it for myself. I said, oh, that must mean, because everything's a goddamn sign to me, guys. I'm telling you guys, you guys should get real good at signs. I was like, oh, that must be a sign that my manifestation is here, that it's here, because if this is what has to happen for me to get my manifestation, well, then that's what has to fucking happen. And sure enough, as soon as that partnership dissolved, everything changed. Everything fucking changed. But at that moment, I didn't see the bigger picture. I thought things were getting worse, but that's what had to happen for me to get to where I am now. Okay? So remind yourself of that. Remind yourself of that. I'm an adult violin learner, and I realized I have to stop listening when people say violin is hard. Absolutely, Nene. Now, here's an insider tip. Start telling yourself you're not an adult violin learner. You're the best violinist in the world. Tell yourself that. I'm the violin, like playing the violin's easy. I'm the best violinist in the world. Like, I'm the best violinist ever. You will pick up on playing, all of a sudden you will play violin and just be absolutely amazing. And then when you make the Grand Symphony Orchestra, then go ahead and send me some tickets to the VIP section of your orchestra. You can all do that. If you're learning a different language, tell yourself you speak it fluently. Like, what are you talking about? I speak Spanish fluently. I literally speak fluent Spanish. I speak fluent Spanish. I speak fluent Spanish. You'll pick up on the language real fast. Real fucking fast. It's all matter of what you identify as. Your subconscious mind doesn't know. So if you tell yourself that you're the best violinist in the world, that's all your subconscious mind knows. So when you go to pick up the violin and you start following whatever the little things that they have, you know what I'm talking about, music notes, all of a sudden you're picking up on it real fast, real fucking fast, because your subconscious mind knows you're the best violinist in the world. I'm an expert at playing the violin. That's what I do. It's so much fun. I love enjoying food. I enjoy food all fucking time. I can't stop eating. I begged and it made me feel pathetic. Oh, I'm sure it did, Nikki. I'm sure it did. I want someone, if we fight, I feel safe though, and they give me reassurance and are gentle with me. Shanae, bitch, that's because you're in a relationship with the man. We talked about this. We fucking talked about this shit. Oh, Brittany, I'm seeing you tomorrow morning, bitch. I love that. I love that. Okay. I swear to fucking God, bitch. Look, I need you to listen up. And you know who the fuck I'm talking to, Miss Nikki Rose. Listen. I got tired of fucking, I'm not gonna lie, I got tired of reading your bullshit, so I just scrolled all the way through. I didn't even read that shit. You know why? Because I don't need to read it. Because here's what you're not understanding. You can create your SP to be whoever the fuck you want him to be for you. You want him to be reassurance. You want him to grovel at your fucking feet like a puppy dog. You want him to rub your feet every fucking day, buy you flowers, worship the ground that you walk on, treat you with respect, be nice and perfect for you. I don't give a fuck what you want. You want him to have a bigger penis? I don't give a shit what you want. Affirm that that's all him. That's all he is. He is your perfect, what part of perfect fucking person did you not understand? What part of perfect boyfriend is unclear? You can have him be and do whatever the fuck you want. If you want him to lick your ass every fucking day long, guess what he's gonna do? Lick your ass. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't fucking matter. Whatever the hell you want from this man is who he will become. Because that is how you describe him. From this point forward, stop saying you want all this bullshit. I can get that in somebody new, but I want him. Then go fucking describe him that way. What part of this is unclear? You literally need to get a grip and stop doing that shit. You've just consumed all the things that you want in somebody, so go describe him that way. Do you not understand? Do you not understand to describe him the way that you want him to be for you? I don't give a shit what you want him to be for you. You want him to be 6 feet fucking tall? Add that to your goddamn description. I don't give a shit what you want. I don't care. You don't have to go find somebody else. You can recreate this man to be whoever the fuck you want him to be. What part of that is unfucking clear? What part of that is unclear? You want him to cook you dinner every night? You want him to reassure you every fucking waking second he gets that that's what he's gonna do, because that's how you're gonna describe him. Or you can continue to describe him the way you're fucking describing him right now. Avoidant and asshole, mean to you, doesn't reassure you, walks away from you, cold ass behavior. What's your pleasure? Because you've done nothing but describe him over and over and over again in these comments as everything you don't fucking want. That's all you've done the whole fucking time is everything I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want that. I just want this. I just want that. Then fucking go get that shit. What part of a crown is unclear? Put on your fucking crown. Give your commands. Expect nothing less from this man than what you deserve. That's it. You can have whatever you want from this man. I told you, I don't give a shit what you want from him. I don't care. You can have him be whatever you want. Do you understand this? So stop with the bullshit. Stop with the bullshit. You want your man to fucking be rich as fuck? Cool, describe him that way. Let him take care of your ass. You want him to provide for you and buy you everything and pay for all your bills? Cool, describe him that way too. Who gives a shit? Build your man however the fuck you want him to be for you. And stop being a victim in your own fucking reality. Stop with that shit. Stop victimizing yourself and blaming everybody and everything for your fucking circumstances. You're the reason that this is happening. Everyone in your life is showing up cold because that's what you assume they are. That's everything that you're doing. You need to knock that shit off. You think a queen is a victim in her reality? Are you insane? No. She steps into her power She gives her commands. She expects everyone to do exactly what she says, and she will settle for nothing less than that. You right now are acting like a housemaid. You're acting like Cinderella before she went to the fucking ball. Get a grip. Okay? You're not a housemaid. You're a fucking queen. Own it. Step into it. Do you understand? New people drive me nuts. But how on earth do you get them to fucking fix their shit? It's the only way you get them to fix their shit is I'm not going to sit here and let you continue for the last hour. I've already dealt with it for the last hour of you continuing with the excuse. The fuck? I'm not going to sit here and listen to your bullshit excuses all day long. You think I'm going to listen to that shit all day long? No, I'm not going to do that. I'll entertain it for a little while if I find it entertaining. But after that, no. Because how the fuck do I help you if you want to keep describing everything you don't fucking want? How do I help you do that? No, I don't think so. So, no. You can have whatever you want. You want your man to fucking be a professional chef for you? Cool. Well, now he's Gordon Ramsay, bitch. Gordon Ramsay. Literally. I have fun with it. I think that shit is fucking fun. Where I was over here like, what else do I want from you? Add that shit to the bag. Oh, you know what? I want that for me too, so let me go ahead and add that to the description. This is an evolving description, guys. An evolving description, right? You could always improve and keep improving on your description of your SP because as time goes by, you're going to realize like, you know what? No, actually, I want this too. So let me go ahead and add that shit. I mean, you're really helping them out, right? You're helping them get life skills. Let me help you get some life skills, bitch. I want you to garden my lawn every fucking week. Yes, that's a life skill he'll learn how to do. Yeah, that's how you get him ripped, right? Get him some household chores that he now loves to do for you. And so therefore, that's in there. You're helping his ass too, right? Because now he's got, now he's getting some muscles there, You want him to have a six-pack chiseled ab and look like he's on Men's Health magazine? That's who he is for me now. I don't give a shit if you got to go to the gym every fucking, for 2 hours a day. That's on you, boo. But at least I'm helping you. I'm helping you. That's right. That's right. In fact, you love doing my laundry. So all we have to do is sit back, pretend this is wine, sit back with our wine, pick up our feet, and let them play their role. The role we assign them. The role we want for us. Why the fuck would we not? Never, never. My boyfriend rubs my feet every single day. Several times a day. Kisses them too while he's at it. You know why? Because I love that shit. And that's what we need to start doing. We need to start owning all that shit. And exactly like Sarah Elizabeth said, they're like Build-A-Bear. What do you want him to be? He'll be whatever the fuck you want him to be. If you find it hot that a man speaks fucking like I do, that a man speaks Spanish, well now that motherfucker speaks fluent Spanish. Latha, you need to describe them that way, okay? No, he doesn't lick my toes. He kisses my feet. I always found that weird, though. People that like to suck on toes. It's not my thing. I ain't putting nobody's toe in my fucking mouth. That's for sure. I'm not doing that shit. I mean, he'd have to no. I can't even think. I was like, he had to have just gotten out the shower. No. That's right. That's what we called it. Fuck like Build-A-Bear. Build an SP. That's what we're doing. Build an SP. There we go, Nikki. If you say you want one more goddamn fucking time. Stop saying that stupid shit. Did you not just hear my whole ass rant to you? I had a whole rant to you. You don't want shit from this man. You expect it. We don't want shit around here. We get what we want, and we get it when we want it. We expect shit around here. That's what manifests, okay? That's what manifests is when you expect things. If you want things, then you're going to continue to want, and you're going to be wanting for a long time. If you're waiting for this man to get a light bulb moment that he wants to come on home to you, mama, you're going to be waiting for a whole long ass time. Because only you can give him the green light. Only you can bring him back. Okay, so Latha, when it comes to you, same thing. I was trying to get through to Nikki, but at this point, I don't know. She's going to have to watch some of my videos. She's going to have to get a grip. Okay, Latha, when it comes to you, you recreate them how you want them to be for you. So it's how you describe them. So go in whole story mode. The world is your clam, right? Like build an SP, right? I like that. We're coining that here. Build an SP. So it's like, well, what do I want? And a perfect man. What are things that I love about this man? What are things I need improvement on? Okay, let me build him from the floor up to be everything that I've ever wanted in a man, to be the entire package. Go on whole story mode, write that shit down, and then describe him that way. Perfect boyfriend. Okay, read that description to yourself, and throughout the day, if you think of him the opposite, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend, perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. He's the perfect boyfriend. They will be the perfect boyfriend. They're only the opposite right now because you're viewing him as current boyfriend or current SP and not the one you want. Okay? Okay. Anyway, bitches, if you're interested on one-on-one coaching with me, I do offer one-on-one coaching. Link is in the bio. I also offer tech support coaching as well. That's in the bio too, so I can kick your ass in a high gear and we get your SP. Okay, also, I do have a free WhatsApp community, Nikki Rose. I highly suggest you go join that shit. Link is in the bio. Okay, it is completely free. And then also, I go live every day at 10 o'clock Pacific time, and where we are going to talk, and if you ever miss my live, I post them always on my YouTube channel, okay? You can go ahead on over there, subscribe to the channel while you're at it, and get my watch hours up, okay? All right, loves, I love you. Let's go get your SP. And Nikki Rose, I need you to fucking get a grip, bitch. In fact, all of you need to get a grip. You need to start right now expecting something different than what you're getting, okay? You need to expect the best from your fucking boyfriend. You need to right now start expecting the best. Start expecting something different. Because the moment you expect something different is when you get something different. Duh. Literally duh. All right? I love you. Yes, expect shit, bitch. Okay? That's all you take. The minute you expect something different, you will get something different. If you keep expecting the bullshit, you're going to keep getting more of the bullshit. So what's your pleasure? Okay? That's what I got for you guys. All right. Can you explain changing awareness in terms of manifestation? Latha, I can do that tomorrow, but I got to go. Okay. I got to go. But if you want to send me a DM real quick, I can go ahead and explain that shit to you. Okay. All right. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.